You're listening to Until They Sleep, a podcast where two parents...
Hold up. This is not your average Until They Sleep episode. It's being hijacked by me and my two drunk buddies. Peace.
What are we doing?
It's Daddy Nerd Day.
Natty Nerd.
Or what did you call it on your calendar?
Yeah, it's Nerd Day.
Nerd Day? What is it?
My wife put. Let me see.
Oh, it was your wife.
Yeah,
My wife.
I told her we're gonna get together this
Remain
day.
anonymous.
I was like, we're gonna get together this day, and she put Nerd Get Together to paint.
I told my wife the 22nd we're gonna head out, and then that she's like, oh, you guys know, was there a UFC fight or something? I was like, no, we're gonna nerd out.
UFC fight, something manly.
And then she's like, wow,
Go lift some weights.
you have changed throughout the years.
Well, let's explain how this started though.
All right, go for it.
Because
It was all your fault if I recall correctly. You started
my
it.
fault, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Eddie.
Eddie.
So, it was me and another guy at work. We're talking about D&D,
Oh, okay.
right? And so we're like, hey, I really like to play D&D. What do you think? He's like, oh yeah, like I'm down. And then so I told him, all right, well, there's one person that's got to be the dungeon master who runs the game, and then you need the rest of the players in the campaign. He's like, all right, well, I'll ask some of my friends. And I was like, oh, I'll ask some of my friends. I asked all the wrong friends, and they said no. And
They all laughed at you?
They kind of said like, nerd, I like to get chicks and stuff like that. It's like, well, I'm already married, so joke's on you. I already got my chick. And the other guy, he came back the next day. He's like, yeah, dude, like all my friends said, nah, they're good, and passed.
Oh, okay. So
So I was like, okay, like, well, we can't really play just the two of us. And then I like doing models and painting, like airplanes and stuff, but I've always wanted to get into the figures. And I said, hey, there's this one thing called Warhammer, and it's 2 players, and you still get to paint your little figures, and you still get to play, but it only takes 2 of us. So how about we do that? And it's like, all right. And so we started getting like excited about it, looking up, what army you wanted to do. And he's like, okay, I'm going to do this one. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this one. And another coworker overheard us talking about it. And he's like, hey, like, is that little miniatures tabletop war game stuff? And we're like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And he's like, oh, that's always been pretty cool, because he also likes to do painting and different stuff. He's a pretty cool guy. He makes fishing swim baits.
Oh, yeah.
He paints them. And then I was like, oh, yeah, well, this is what we're thinking of doing. We're trying to get our armies going, and so we can paint them. And then that weekend, I remember he sends me a picture. He's like, I bought this starter box. It's like, oh, so we can play it. We're like, all right, cool. Like, and then from there, it was like, this is going to go down. We're going to paint. We're going to do these armies. And that's 2 years ago. But in that span, we've got you. I talked to you about it. I was like, hey, dude, I think you're going to like this. There's this one group. He's like Vikings and wolves, and that's your jam.
yeah, that's my shit.
And I kind of I was like, I got to present it to him the right way, or else he won't want to get into it.
Like, get away from me, you freaking nerd.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not about that. But
No, I was like, what? You had me at Vikings, bro. Yeah, I was like, I remember you came up and I was like, yeah, that sounds interesting. I'll look into it. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was doing a lot of audibles at the time. So I saw like something about like the works or whatever.
Yeah.
And I started listening to one that had like different stories. And, the typical YouTube, you look it up.
Yeah.
And then I found out that, but where I lived, it was like a store. And so I went and I checked out the store, and I was like, oh, man, this is like a real thing. Like, there was people there painting, and they had like a table for playing. And then the lady was also helping somebody paint. And this is over by Temecula. So I was like, oh, all right. Well, I guess Marietta, technically. Yeah. And she was cool as hell. Like, she was like, oh, yeah, glad you're interested. Whatever you need, come by, swing by. And, like, gave me pamphlets and brochures and stuff. And then I heard that the guy you were talking about that went and bought the kid, he said he had the same experience. So they're always, like, very welcoming. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was kind of like, my kids will like this. But to till this day, they're still not there yet. So I'm taking off with it. And then when you were like, oh, well, Luis is going to do it too. I was like, well, I'm not surprised. Luis is like always into stuff like that. So he's a smart dude. Like I figured he was one of those. Even now he's being quiet painting.
Stats and numbers.
I am just painting. I am enjoying this moment of freedom.
The guy that was So then we're gonna go with that one now. So then we've been procrastinating it, and you know, life gets in the way, and we have wives and we have kids and bills, and we're adulting and families and in-laws and everything. So that kind of makes it hard to have that downtime to de-stress and paint and or get together. And we all have different schedules and we all have different jobs. So we had said, well, you had said, Eddie, I think within a month when everybody started getting their things, like their factions that they were going to be, you said, yeah, we should get together and paint every once in a while, or maybe start a game.
Yeah.
And 2 years later, finally happened.
Finally happened.
Well, if I remember, the coworker and I, we were like, yeah, like, so this was, it was Memorial Day or Labor Day. So within a couple months of each other, but would give us a few months to get to shutdown, which for us is in December, right? Christmas week. We're like, we should be done by shutdown. By shutdown, we should be.
Forgot about that.
We said,
like
yeah, guys,
yo,
we're gonna play on shutdown. Like we got a week and a half off. Like we're definitely gonna have time to get together at least one day.
We're so naive.
Try to
So naive.
That's so true. I forgot about that.
Shutdown was the plan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So our shutdown in December, we get pretty much the Christmas week till after New Year's off. So we just, everyone between us, we know it as shutdown.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Thanks for explaining that part. So, so then you say your wife put it on the calendar, right? Which is hilarious. Like whatever, nerd day.
Yeah.
So we've been joking about it, and I told my wife too. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get together with the guys on this day. Supposedly, we're still gonna see if Luis can do it." And we all make the jokes because we got to check with our wives to make sure that we don't have any events or
Anything
birthdays
planned
or
ahead of time.
anything coming up. So it finally happened. I know Luis had reached out once, and he was like, "Hey, man, we got to do it. We got to do it." And so it just worked out. You said, "Okay, this day, it's going to happen," and it happened.
Yeah.
But I find it funny, kind of like the whole, why does it take so long for us to paint or sit down or do anything? And while we were painting or doing our stuff earlier, we were like, yo, man, it's so weird. Nobody's coming and asking me for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and nobody's coming and asking me for a cheche.
Or can you bring this down? Or get this?
Or hey, can you put it to bed? Or can you do this? And it's crazy. And in a way, I was kind of like, oh man, but I want to be with my family. And then I get away, and I was like, man, this is weird. This is nice. Like nobody's asking me for anything. And then Luis is over here. We're at his place, kicking it in his garage, and his house is like, it sounds like a daycare. The kids are going crazy in there. Poor mom. And he's like, why? They're never like that. I was like, yeah, but
Thank you, Mom.
yeah, it's kind of like one of those.
Thank you, Mom.
Because you're not there right now, so they have to pick on their mom. So your wife is probably going to be like, never again. You're never doing that again.
No.
Or you over a nice dinner or something.
Buy a nice dinner. Nice dinner. Nice week.
Now, my thinking about it is like, so I've watched like a whole bunch of videos and like tutorials and try to do it, and my stuff looks disgusting. And I'm looking at your guys's, and it's so freaking beautiful, man. And Luis was doing this piece earlier.
It's 2 pieces.
That well, now he's on the second one, but the other one, I was like, damn, like, I kind of felt like that bass thing. I was like, I'm done. I'm never gonna play again.
Oh, the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am really like, I really do enjoy. I found like it was like a therapy to do that, man. Like I unwind, you know, like the stresses of work, the family, or the bills. Like it just takes it to another level.
Yeah, I feel like when I don't do overtime and I get to go home early, like I get home and I'll have time, before I should be asleep to paint a little bit, and it's like I don't know, de-stress for me. It kind of clears your mind a little bit, and focus on something else other than what's going around and other things. And like my history, I did models, so. It's I have a little bit more time under my belt than you.
Well, I actually did do models as a kid. I did a lot of planes. Okay. I like old like MiGs and SR-71s. That's how I started as a kid. Then I did a couple of cars, and then I did a couple of NASCAR cars. Actually, I still have some NASCAR cars, but that's different than this.
Yeah, that's totally different. That's what I thought, because same thing. I would like to do. I like to do the World War II planes, prop planes,
right.
And started doing some tanks, and then started getting into adult things and left it for a while.
Yeah.
And then when I got older and settled down, I was like, I should try one of those kits again, But now I have more money. I have my own money.
That's the thing, right? You're a big kid. So for me, it was like, there's a difference, right? So you're talking about cars and planes, like, oh, that's cool stuff. That's guy stuff, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool, like whatever. Yeah. But when you're talking about little miniature warriors, space marines,
fantasy and sci-fi,
and people are like, "Oh, freaking nerd."
Yeah, like, what's the difference, dude? You tell this one guy who's doing, lowriders or street cars or NASCAR cars that he's cool, but then it's the same plastic.
Yeah, but this is like more detail, man. Like this, they're tinier, and there's belts, and there's weapons, and there's jewelry and armor and like little skulls and like dead bodies and bullet shells. And so then it's like on a car, it's so much bigger. It's like these little figures can fit inside the cars that we used to fit, like you used to build. Yeah. So I mean, I'm older, so I need like a magnifying glass in order to see all the damn details and little things that are in it, right?
Yeah, every once in a while I gotta put my glasses on.
And for me, usually when I try to do anything in my house, and I bring them out, like both my little girls come out and they're like, "Daddy, I want to paint. Daddy, I want to do this." And I'm like, "All right, cool." It's kind of like that time I went fishing for Father's Day that I never got to fish because
you had to handle the
I was helping them with their reels and everything. So I was like, "Oh," but it was nice. But at the moments you're like, "Yo, I had a bad day. I really need to do this." And then they don't let you, so you're like, "All right," because responsibility is your parent. Yeah, responsibility is your parent, And then you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna paint today all day," but then you're like, "Oh no, I got to do this in the house. I got to do that, or I got to go run this errands, or I got to spend time with the family."
Or the amount of colors you have to get for these little guys.
And this shit is expensive too. Like it's not cheap.
Like the warplanes was, you need gunmetal, silver, gold gray, some black, and some white, and you're set to go.
Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, look at here. This is a 60 page holder.
When I was doing the cars, I remember I did a lot of like old hot rods, like American hot rods.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it was an excuse just to buy them so that I can give them away for birthday gifts. So I would build them as birthday gifts. Like, oh, I don't know what to get them. Yeah, I'm going to build them a car.
I'll build them a car.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you always said you like this car. Here you go. I was like to my dad or my brothers. And
that's awesome, right? You took the time to do that for them.
Yeah. And then I remember I got to a point where I would try to customize them. I remember I had like, I think it was a Camaro, like a 69 Camaro. And my daughter sat on it, the oldest one, and they crushed it. So I like cut the roof and tried to make it into a convertible. And then there was no YouTube back then, so I tried to do different things. So I was like, well, they put cars in the oven, like hot stuff. Maybe I just open the oven and put it nearby, and then the shit melted. Like dumb shit like that, but you learn, right? Like you learn from your mistakes. Yeah. So it's like this, like there's guys that they paint their stuff and then they strip them and then repaint them again.
And then they strip them.
And then strip them again.
Yeah.
Wait, how many times have you stripped that poor model right there?
This one?
Yeah.
I think I've stripped this 3 times. Yeah. First, it was white, solid white.
It was chunky white.
It was thick. I put it in too thick. So then I stripped it. Then I painted it.
Isn't it green?
No, it was another one before the green. I think
green?
I think I tried to do red, and then
see.
you
I
were
can go to the
yeah.
text
I
messages.
did red, and then you were like, no, I was doing the salamanders or whatever it is, and I was like, all right, shit. So then I stripped it, and then I did the green.
Yeah.
And then I ended up doing 2 different shades of green for the captain and the other 2. So then I stripped everything.
That sounds
Now
more than 3,
we're the
bro.
purple.
That already sounds more than,
Yeah.
So now we're
that's more than 3 already.
It's official 3,
Look,
not
look.
including the first.
I
So
got
3
these.
strips.
Oh, 3 strips on the 4th.
Yeah, and the 4th color.
Oh yeah.
Well, and no wonder you're so good at painting it now.
Yeah, you've done it.
I've done this like 40 times.
4 or 5 times each.
And then another thing, man, you guys really upped your game, man. You got like racks for your paint brushes. You got like carrying cases for your paints. A little, what do you call those? A little
That-
box, like a shelf
the
for the.
MDF or the
Yeah, and then like different manufacturers of paints, and man, I'm like amazed because they're so good. Now I know why you used to laugh at me because I always bought that one brand only. And then this was got like a little shaker, like a little buy rating thing.
Oh, dude, you can't do it without it.
Yeah,
It's a
you need that.
necessary.
Well,
It's
we
a
heard him
necessary.
earlier. He was all shaking it by hand. I was like, why don't you go use your little sexual toy over there?
Yeah, my elbow hurts. now. I was like,
Massaging.
dude, we're older.
I think I will use that for like my shoulders or something. Like, hey, I need a massage. Give me that thing.
I was like, you shake these paints with your elbow for like a minute, it hurts.
No, yeah, and then they settle really big time, like the ones I have. And
Oh, yeah.
you're there forever, so I think I'm gonna have to invest in one of those things. That thing's badass, actually.
Yeah.
At least weren't you using like a drill? You were like rubber banding them or taping them to a drill at one point.
I was taping it to a drill, so it would spin with agitator. It was working.
When he sent me the picture, I was like, this red Mexican here.
The Home Depot.
It worked.
He's like,
Oh yeah, it worked.
It worked.
it worked. I mean, yeah. He saw somebody like, hey,
You saw it on YouTube, huh?
what did you use to like hold it? You just taped it, you duct taped it, or what? Like, what kind of base did you make?
No base. I just put it straight on the
Oh
cat.
yeah, he chucked the drill to the cat.
Oh, that was your mixer. You just went straight in.
Straight in. I don't think about it.
Oh man.
When I was laughing. I was like, oh, that's cool, dude. That works.
You know, I'm making fun of it, but I'm going to try that next time. Oh,
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
I like that. So tell me, what does your family think about this hobby?
My family.
Yeah, like your wife.
Like my wife. She likes it because she likes painting. So
Just go with it.
yeah, she's cool with it. We paint upstairs together.
Oh,
We
okay.
have a paint date, as we call it.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea.
Cool.
Yeah. And
Paint
we
date.
I
just,
think you mentioned that.
just paint.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
It's nice.
Paint date. I wonder if my wife would be down for a paint date.
Paint date.
But for my wife, a paint date would be like repainting the living room.
House paint.
Yeah, like, you know what? I really hate the color of the kitchen. You've been promising we're gonna paint it. This is gonna
Let's
be
have
a
a
paint
paint
date.
date.
You
Yes.
tell her paint days, you can come with your paint overalls and stuff.
Yeah.
They're ready.
The
At the
floors.
ready.
Like my wife's artistic. She's really good. She does like these drawings, and we've tried. She's painted with me before. She's painted a model like a catfish. It came out pretty cool, but she did like all different mixes of colors. It looked like an acid trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but
But that's a women thing, right? Like I always make fun of my wife about colors. Like they're so good at the colors
Yeah.
and they know how to mix them. I
she's
don't remember
she was
that.
grabbing them, and I'm like, "What are you doing with all those?" And then before I knew it, she had it. All
Yeah.
the colors. And me, I'm like, I have to have this shade of red, and then go to this shade of red. She just mixes it.
Yeah.
It's easy for her.
Yeah, see,
She's
and
very artistic.
yeah, my wife's like, "Oh yeah, I learned that like in first grade." Like, don't you remember? I was like, "No, I don't remember that." Like,
I
like
skipped 4th grade.
I'm just like, red is
Other
red.
Primaries, and then
Yeah, that's it. Everything's
It makes
primary to
sense.
me.
yeah.
Yeah. So then your wife is also cool with it. Like she.
Yeah, I mean, at first she's like, I didn't know you do this, but I was like, I've done it before since I was a kid, and then stopped, but back into it. But she's cool.
My wife made fun of me, but it was a little fun.
yeah.
She was supportive, but she still made a little fun of it. And but yeah, it's cool. I know a lot of people kind of made fun of it But I was like, actually, like, man, I don't care. Like, because it's little skills, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's therapy. Like it can be frustrating as hell because my hands are not that steady when I'm doing the lines. I was looking at Luis. He showed me a picture of some other one he did, and like his lines are like so perfect. And I'm like, man, I'm not at that level yet. That little light purple one, and but I look forward to getting to that point. But then sometimes like, man, like I think about it, I was like, man, I get too many damn hobbies, bro. Like, I'm picking out too many things. I'm becoming like an obsessive compulsive person with things. Like, if it's not, well, because you told me about the Star Wars one too. One day I was frustrated. I was talking to you about it.
Nice. And we getting to the root of the problem here.
And then I was like, hey,
Not
man.
me.
I was like, you're like, hey, man, you know they make a Star Wars one too. I was like, what? And that same freaking, I think like that day I ordered that shit. I was like,
a picture.
Oh my
I was like, done. I was like,
Same
I'm
with
doing
the
it.
other coworker when I talked about it, and I told you about it, and then you sent me a picture. I bought this.
And it's missing in action right now. I'm still so pissed off. I can't find it because it was like a game board thing.
Well,
But-
I bought the opposite one,
Yeah,
the other set, but
the prequels.
it's I got to finish these before I can get to those.
Yeah, I actually forgot about these for me, and I was like concentrating on the Star Wars ones, and that was like my main thing. And I really ruined those. Like my stormtroopers look like crap. So I'm gonna be talking a lot to the strip master because I'm gonna have to strip my stormtroopers and redo them. I tried to do the shortcut of
Should
rattle
make a
can them.
YouTube video, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
He's done it so much, he could be the expert on it.
We should, Gordo. We're not basing on you, man. Like he's getting upset, man.
No, I'm not. It's true. It's true. It's true.
We
I've
just
done
need
this so
your
many
area of
times.
expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my wife supports it.
Yeah, well, you got like a lot of hobbies too, and you got like expensive hobbies too. Like, okay, so Luis is a gamer, and he likes to build his computers, and he like
I
doesn't
haven't done that in like.
because you just built one like during the pandemic and spent like. I know that shit was expensive during that time, but that was a good hobby.
That was before the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Slightly before, yeah.
Oh, well,
so
you
I got
have that.
I got in good prices. So if I would have done it during the pandemic, I would have paid maybe 3-4 times.
Yeah, for sure.
So I ended up paying like.
Because I remember you
12,
showed me a picture
1200.
of when you were going to build one, and we were barely like knowing each other. We knew each other, but we weren't like talking a lot. But we started to, and I was like, "Oh man!" Like I started asking you for advice, and I started looking into it, and I was like, "Man, that's too rich for me right now. That pandemic is not a good time to start a
Like,
computer."
you started after we had talked about it.
Yeah, and I was like, "Forget about this."
Yeah, that was too late. At that
So I was like, "No, forget about it." But then, so you have that, and then you got the painting, right? And being a full-time husband and dad, so that's a lot of time right there. And then Eddie, you got also being the dad and the husband,
Yeah.
How much?
and then working, right? And we're all working for the same company. We all work together. That's how we all met. But
Yeah, I got
You-
too many hobbies, not enough lifetime.
yeah, but you got the other one that I like, but I'm not good at it. I'm horrible, but I'm always interested in it. But you go on trips, you go fishing,
Fishing.
and you make time to go fishing.
Yeah.
So then you got the paint, you got the baby, and you got time to go fishing. And then you just went on a trip a few months ago too, right? And you do that every year.
Last Labor Day, went to Cedros Island.
So you got like a clique of friends,
Yeah.
right? Like
Well,
you're
family and friends.
Okay.
But that trip was with friends, coworkers. Yeah. I got Luis into fish. Wait, I got Luis into fishing.
Oh yeah, you taught him how to fish?
Yeah, I taught him how to fish.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you fished.
Yeah, he's got a fishing pole.
Oh,
That one used to be mine. We went. It was like, hey,
Yeah.
guys, dude, like, let's go on a fishing boat.
So-
I didn't want to go by myself, so I was like, hey, let me see who I can get to go with me. And I'm like, Luis, come with me. It'll be fun, dude. You ever been on a deep sea fishing? And he's like, no. And we
all the
went.
24-hour ones.
Yeah, it's all day.
I have to, yeah.
Yeah, have that one.
Sunrise to sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went, and then like weeks later, he's like, "Hey, I'm on this boat," and I'm like,
What?
Oh, he's fishing by himself on the
Yeah,
boat
that's
with his
fun.
brother. Yeah, he got hooked.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's fun.
Yeah, for me, my role model for fishing was my oldest brother, Rick, and that fool has so many fishing rods, dude.
Oh yeah.
But he was a saltwater fisher. Like he didn't like to go to lakes. He liked to go to saltwater a lot. He bought a boat. We would go out. He would take me out. We would go on those like 24 hour. We always had a fun game where it was like there was a pot, everybody $100 buy in to see who the last one to throw up wins it. You know. So yeah, we used to do that stuff. He always spotted me. So he's the one that I used to go with. But I guess I was horrible at it because he never let me do anything. He will always prep my stuff like, here, I got it. Here, let me do it. I'll do this. Here, just cast it. And I was like,
it'll be faster.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, hey, dude, I want to learn. It's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry. You got me. Don't worry about it. You know, and then when he retired, he had his RV. He lived by the beach over South and Baja, by San Telmo, I believe.
Okay.
And then in Rosarito, he had 2 spots, and he would sit there, and every morning he would fish, and that's how he lived. But you know, it sucked because I would go see him, and he's like, "Oh, I got that right over there. Go take care of that one." So but I still enjoyed it.
But you didn't learn the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I remember the basic stuff. Yeah, I remember the basic stuff. But it's interesting. But that's another expensive hobby too.
Oh, yeah.
What I want to do, man, honestly, is I want to start hunting.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I want to go bow hunting.
Yeah, I've been telling Steph. She'll tell you. I was like, I want a bow and arrow. Like not a compound, like a recurve.
Yeah.
But then I seen these like hybrid ones. Have you seen those?
Yes.
They're like compound. And I was like, I want one of those, you know. And we've gone to Bass Pro Shop, and because her family lives up in Corona, I went to Bass Pro Shop and we're like, oh, let's just see, let's look. I didn't buy a bow, but
I still want to. Yeah, I still want to.
I ended up buying like a weekend timeshare.
You did buy it though?
I didn't buy a timeshare, so I bought the initial trip, like where they're gonna go give me the whole spiel.
Yeah, they're gonna try to convince you.
They gave me the buy-in weekend, you know.
Yeah.
And they're gonna try to convince me. I'll be like, nope. But
watch, you're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it. Watch.
But I want to do the bow stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. To me. I mean, yeah, the probably hunting with the rifles is fun. It's cool.
Right.
Like, but it's you still gotta find whatever you're hunting. It's aim and shoot versus like you gotta be more quiet with the bow. Like
and
to me, it would feel like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that
primitive. It's a primitive
ancestors,
ancestry
DNA stuff. Like, you know,
you gotta chase it down.
gotta get that man cart back up after this hobby.
You know. But yeah, that'd be. I'd have to give something up though.
Yeah, no, not giving up. No, not giving anything up, dude. We only live once. So I wanted to do. I always liked hunting. I met people in my life that go hunting, and I always found that interesting, right? And when I was in the Army, my platoon sergeant was like one of the main hunters that I was around, and I used to get deer all the time. It was delicious, but I got interested in it, but I never got to do it, and so it always stayed in the back of my mind. And I found Steve Rinella, I think on a Joe Rogan podcast, and I listened to him, and that guy had me hooked. And then I started listening to his podcast, and then I found out he was on Netflix, and I watched some of his stuff. And I actually have my 14-year-old son hooked on him too. He watches it all the time too. Whenever it's like downtime, he likes to watch his show. And it was at Meat Eater on Netflix, and out of that and listening to Joe Rogan and stuff like that, I just started like it always caught my eye. And you know, being a veteran, the program that's less used from what I heard was that the hunting for veterans.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna look into it. But it's been a couple of years, and I've been wanting to do it, and I haven't done it. So I'm really getting the itch right now, and I've been reading this book called Endure, and dude, it is by it's pretty good, and he's talking about also bow hunting and how he got started and everything as well by Cameron Haynes, and dude, that guy's making me like want to do it more now. Like it's like, damn it, you know. And I'm older, but he's older than me, but he's like extreme, and he runs like 100-mile marathons and stuff like that. So he's always working out to trying to get ready for that hunt.
There's different levels of it, right? Like you're in the backyard of the San Jacinto, isn't there? Areas you can go there too.
I don't know. I heard there's a lot of like rams out there, and that's one of the main things I want to get. Yeah, I want to get a ram because I want a damn skull in my house.
A ram?
The horned rams, yeah.
Oh, ram.
So I want to get one of those, and
Well, like-
and it's good meat. But then I mean, as I'm learning, tags are also expensive too. So.
Well, it's a lottery system too. So
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
certain
here in
things, for
California,
certain
yeah.
things, right?
But then I also laugh because wild boar in California is like they say it's one of like the best tasting things, meats, and
Is that
and
open?
So and I hear that there used to be like a ranch somewhere in Temecula that they used to do that. I heard some guys from work used to go
Used to
do
go-
it.
I
Yeah.
remember when I was first there as a temp, there was one guy lived up there, and one guy they would always go on the line I was working on.
Yeah.
They would always be like going out for the weekend. Right before like social media really started to post pictures.
Yeah.
So like the phone pictures were crappy, but they'd come in and show them like, oh, look what we got, or look where we were at, or we got snowed on out there. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I heard there was a supervisor before that used to go hunting or fishing, and then whatever, depending on what he would get, he would bring it back to the people in the line
okay.
and do stuff for them. It was in another department, like next to us, but I guess he would go like to Cabo and get like swordfish all the time, and he
Yeah.
would bring like a swordfish and cook it for everybody. Like, damn,
good.
dude, yeah, I know. Like, I love
Badass.
seafood, bro. Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah.
Love
And,
seafood.
I mean, it sounds corny, but nothing like eating what you caught.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
yeah,
you go
yeah.
fishing and you
Yeah,
catch
like-
fish and you bring it
I
home.
did that.
Yeah. You're like, hey babe, look what I brought.
Hey.
Boom.
yeah.
Fish on the
I'll
table.
feed my family. I'm a man.
Family.
I'm a hunter, not a gatherer. I ain't getting no berries. But yeah, I mean that'd be awesome. That'd be something cool to try.
Luis was like, "Hey man, we're gonna record or what?" And then he's still like in the zone
yeah,
over there,
he's-
dude.
Hey, man, once you get in the zone, you're in the zone.
I think he's finally not gonna restrip it.
Yeah, I think so. I like that purple.
I like the purple.
Yeah, it's
I like
pretty
it
cool.
came out.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Let's see what-
Yeah, man,
What-
they make
what does-
money.
What does your like brothers or mom say? You showed them this? They know you do this?
Nah, they don't know.
No? Oh, okay.
Oh, you're in the closet. Huh?
We'll find out one day.
I'm not a
Yeah.
nerd, mom. Oh, they're gonna find out. Oh, we're gonna tag you on. We put this out there and be like,
Yeah. Well, my mom's brothers, they were, two of them were in the Navy and one wasn't. But the two in the Navy, they always did military stuff, and so I would see it when we'd go to their houses. And as a kid, I'd like, oh, look at those planes or look at those boats. And I'd be like in awe, you know, seeing them what they did. And then my other uncle, the youngest one, my mom's brothers, he does a lot of cars. He still does a lot of cars. And just found out one of my cousins, he's also into doing the car models, and we were talking at a little get together we had, and like it all came out like, yeah, everyone's still kind of doing some type of model. One of my uncles seen the stuff I do, and he's like, hey, show your deal, what you did, like show him how you did this. And then I was like, oh yeah, well here's some pictures. And my uncle's like, oh, that's really good, that takes some extra skills and stuff. But like my uncle that does the cars,
he's gonna ask you to pinstripe his cars. Right? Just like, can you?
no, well, my uncle that does the cars, he's like really good. Like he's you know, he's good. He makes the cars doors pivot, the trunks open, the hoods open. Like from what my uncle, we call him Louis, would tell me he'd do, you know. And so he'd be like, oh, look, you know, show him, and he's always talking to me now about the models. And so just I've seen it since a little kid, and that made me want to do it when I was younger. But when I was younger, there's no YouTube, so I messed up a lot of kits because I didn't know you can't use that glue on Windows, and so it got like all hazy.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like bummed out. I'm like, I'm not gonna finish.
It was
this.
like all foggy.
Yeah, I'm lit fogged up exactly. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. Like I'm done. Or my turd brother would be like, let's see if your plane really flies. You know, when they get mad, I'd throw it.
And then it'll britches break.
Yeah. But then he'd be wanting doing it too, and he'd quit because he'd start it and quit. And so
And then you'll finish it?
I end up getting to finish it, doing it all nice. and
Did
stuff.
you ever get like, hey, that's mine?
Yeah, oh yeah. Trying to get it back. I'm like, oh yeah, well then I became the turd and I stepped on his door. you want it back? Crash. Godzilla.
Brother love that right there.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna learn. You gotta learn.
Yeah.
You let your kids fight?
No.
No. There's what's the gap between you? You got 2 kids. What's your gap?
5 years.
Oh,
Four,
it's a-
four,
Oh, no, get ready.
4 to 5, yeah.
Yeah, yo, get ready. It's coming. Not right now, but it's coming.
Yeah, the little one swings and the older one's not allowed to hit her, so
Yeah,
can't do much.
yeah, it happens.
Don't
Yeah.
hit her. That's,
from my kids, like, so they have 4-year gap,
hey, let me get one more.
and then cerveza,
Yeah.
cerveza time.
So,
And the ones that have 4-year gaps, it's a constant like argument. Except for my what is it, my 10-year-old and my 6-year-old. They are like, they argue and they play, but they got each other's back. Like they're always kind of wrestling. The baby though, she just does it for fun. She doesn't care about the age gap. To her, it's a joke.
yeah.
And then
That's the little one right now.
yeah, and then it's just like, oh, I love you. And then they turn around. It's
They're
like,
the
bam.
bravest. The little ones are the bravest because they think,
They don't get in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They don't get in trouble.
I don't know.
my little sister, she is wild. I'm the oldest, so I was like, take care of them, or you know better.
So you got brothers and you got sisters, and so is it true that it's always the girls more with the dads and the boys more with the mom?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's kind of like how I noticed it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just something about it. But it's funny because whenever, like, usually they act like that for me during the day, but then it comes to nighttime and or like chill, relax time, or they get sick and dad doesn't exist no more. It's all about mom. Or they got issues about mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I would notice that, like, my sister would be, Dad. My dad would be like, hey, don't mess with her. But we're like, she's the one started it. Like, we were here chilling first, and then it's like, oh, no. But the ones that would fight the most, like, it was them. Like, when they would fight or argue, not fight, but, like, argue.
Yeah,
she'd
argument.
complain. Like, theirs was the wildness.
You can say they're fighting. It's cool. We know.
they were
Well, mothers
fighting,
mothers
but-
and daughters, like, it gets to a point where it's like nonstop fighting and arguing, dude. Like,
Oh, no.
it's like brutal. I honestly,
we're not bringing this up. He's bringing it up. All on his own.
No, dude. Because I'm actually
I just
afraid
gotta
with my
exclude
daughter.
myself.
Dude,
real
my
quick.
daughter, the 6-year-old, she already argues with my wife. Man, she like challenges her
No, that's
and doesn't listen. And I'm like, damn, like, young lady, calm down. And I was like, man, but that's how I was like, that's how the women in your family are. But I'm just starting to see that.
Yeah.
I'm blaming it on genetics. I was like, now you know how I feel. I'm always wrong. You're always right.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got in store. I got a 2-year-old.
Yeah. You got a little 2-year-old. She's a sweetheart. Oh, babies are sweethearts, bro.
yeah.
Oh,
At
baby.
least you got 2 girls. Huh?
Yeah, I got 2 girls. I get yelled at all the time because they get away with everything, and I can't say no to them.
Yeah.
So I need to be firm.
That's what I say. I'm like, she's my baby.
Yeah, that's exactly.
See, so it's true. That's what suckers like
say
to
right
little
now.
girls.
I don't know. I don't have. I only have the one.
I'm like, no more cookies.
Yeah. Oh no. I literally pulled the Kevin Hart thing. Like I don't know how many times this happened in my house where my wife buys cookies sometimes for the kids, and then they're like, "Daddy, I want a cookie." I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Let's go get some cookies and let's go to the pantry." And then I can hear my wife screaming in the background, like, "Don't give her any of the cookies." I was like, "Then why the hell you buy them? like they're not decoration. We were supposed to eat them.
Yeah.
Like I bought it for the baby, or you bought it for the kids. Like let them have the cookies." Oh, she didn't eat her breakfast. Or like, well, this is still food.
Yeah. So I only got one. So I'm right now. She's getting spoiled. And I know it. But we'll see how it is if we have more.
You need one more, man. You need one more. Yeah, because if you only have one, they get so spoiled, man. So spoiled.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So spoiled. No, man. They need that sibling rivalry, man. Wait, you only child?
No.
See? How many siblings do you have?
I have an older brother and a younger brother, so 2.
Okay, so 3 of you. Okay,
Three of us.
all boys.
All boys.
Oh man, I feel sorry for your mom. That house must have been mayhem.
A little bit.
Yeah, did you guys fight a lot?
Me and the older one.
Yeah, testosterone, man. Alpha male syndrome right there. Trying to see who runs the house. Or who's gave mama's love. I'm her favorite.
We're 4 years apart.
There you
It's
go.
not that much.
4-year gap, dude.
4-year gap.
That 4-year gap,
Yeah.
man.
That's true.
That's a common thing. Are you the second one?
Yeah, in the middle.
Oh, so you
Well,
were a
wait.
nightmare then.
Nah, not too
Yeah.
much. My little brother was 11 years younger than me.
Oh, that's a gap. That's a gap.
That's
Yeah.
a gap.
So you were kind of like daddy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were always helping out, taking
Yeah,
care of him.
that was me.
Yeah, it happens. I've seen that. Yeah, and Yeti, how many total are you guys?
I have 2 brothers, 1 sister.
Okay, so 4 of you.
But I'm the
Oh,
oldest.
you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest, and then it's 10 years from me to my sister.
Oh,
Damn.
10-year gap between them. So, but your sister's the youngest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Brothers,
So like 2-year gaps in between.
2 years, 2, 3, 2.5,
Yeah,
and then
2.
my other brother 3.
Also, that's not bad.
sister.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of times that 2-year gap is not that bad.
Yeah.
So how do you and the third one get along then? Your
Me and
youngest
the third
brother.
one, good. I mean,
Yeah?
you know, yeah.
Okay, so the
Yeah,
4-year
we're pretty good.
shit went out the window
Yeah,
then.
yeah, no, we're pretty good. I was, I don't know, I was calm, but I was off in my own world.
I think
Which was different.
I think the oldest one always gets it hardest because that's the one that they're learning on, like how to be parents.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on. So like there's a standard. Like I feel bad for my oldest sometimes, my oldest boy, because like I can be really tough on him and very strict. And then now that he's the oldest one and there's 3 younger ones, I was like, every time something goes wrong, I was like, come on, man, you're the oldest one. I expect better from you, you know. And they grow up with that chip and that shoulder. You know, I was like, so I don't know if you did. Like your dad was tough on you, like because he was the first boy, like.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't tough, but he was.
You just-
He had an expectation. Yeah, no, I didn't want to make him upset.
Yeah, because your dad's always like he's got that
Yeah,
quiet
he's-
face, like.
He's stern, but he's very loving, so I'm very
Okay.
very lucky with that part.
Loving with your
But-
sister.
More, but yeah, it was always take care of your brothers and watch out for them.
What about your wife?
What about her?
She has any siblings?
Yeah, she has 3, so 1 sister after her, and then 2 younger brothers.
Okay, and
She has some half brothers that are older, but in her mom and dad's family, she's
so
the oldest.
family wise, you guys are pretty close to your families, right? Like
Yeah.
your wife.
We're
Your
very
wife.
similar in ages, because she's also the oldest.
Yeah.
And we're a year and a half apart,
Okay,
and then
and you, Luis, your wife have a big family too?
It's just her brother.
Okay,
That's it.
y'all click pretty good. Like how? Like I'm curious because like I'm asking honestly out of curiosity.
What are you asking? How?
Because
what are you getting at?
I don't
What-
have
what are you
family.
trying to
I don't
say?
have family. I don't have family. Like,
Ah.
like I have.
What kind of family we talking here, huh?
Well, my family is my
Huh?
wife and my kids.
Oh.
That's about it. Like I have a dad, but I don't see him. I don't talk to him. I have siblings,
Trained
but
in-
we don't talk.
Insinuate that I might be
So
treated
my
differently.
holidays are different, man. When it comes to my holidays, my shit is so easy because I don't have to be driving from house to house. So that's where I'm going.
I'm driving all over SoCal on the holidays.
It's like who wins, your family or her family? Is what I'm getting at. Because I always feel like we're always with your family, but then I'm like, we just. And her comeback is like, well, you don't have family. I'm like, shit, good point. I can't argue that one. I was
And,
like, fuck.
and me and my wife, she loves my family, I love her family.
Is it a flip a coin every year for like holidays? Like, okay, I get Thanksgiving this
It
year. You get
is.
it.
It is. We've been alternating, but for most of the like smaller holidays, we'll split it. You know.
Yeah.
So like Christmas, we do the Christmas Eve portion with like her mom, because that's bigger to them, and then my family will do like Christmas Day. They still celebrate like Christmas Eve to midnight.
Right.
You know, but usually like we'll flip
The Mexican
coin.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Christmas Eve till midnight, open the gifts and party. All right.
But lately, I'm coming to realization, like, the being with the family is cool, but we have our own family.
Yeah,
And
right.
We were talking, like, for Thanksgiving, we want to go on that vacation
Oh, yeah,
at Bass Pro Shop, right? And we brought it up, and they're like, well, we have to do Thanksgiving together as a family. And it's like, well, we want to go do our own thing. Like, we want to go on a little vacation, a little spa thing on Thanksgiving. It's out, like, in Arizona. And, not sure yet if we're still gonna do that by ourselves, but
You think somebody's gonna tag along?
No, not tag along, but we'll end up staying and going to one or the other's family for Thanksgiving.
What about you guys?
So we actually did that this past year, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we always went to her mom's for holidays, and then we kind of got tired of it.
Yeah.
So this past year, we're like, you know what? We're just gonna do holidays at our house for our family, which is just us.
Yeah.
If they want to come by, they can come by. If they don't want to come by, they don't have to. They're not obligated.
Yeah.
You know. But we just kind of got tired always driving to other people's houses to see them.
Yeah.
It felt like it was more like I have to force the relationship instead of if you want to be part of our family because we're building a family,
Right.
then you can come over. But
Right, I agree with
I don't
that,
want to
yeah.
be chasing you down for you to hang out with my kids. You know.
And that's part of the kind of like the fallout that I have with my side of the family, because I think my dad's only met both my boys, and the last time he saw my son, the 10-year-old, I think he was about, I don't know, man, I want to say 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know my daughters, and it's kind of like those. Well, why would I force my kids onto you? If you don't want to be around them, then you don't want to be around them. You're their grandfather. You don't want to be their grandfather. Then go on your way, right?
Yeah.
So you grow up, we go in separate ways, and this is my family, and that's why I try to tell my wife sometimes. It's like, hey, this is to me, you guys are my family, and we were the only ones in her family that had kids. So I was like, they don't. Like, her parents are divorced, so I was like, your parents sometimes forget that it's hard to travel with kids, probably, and so we had to jump to 2 houses, and then maybe like a grandma or an aunt or something. And then her siblings didn't have kids, so we were like, hey, like, it's easier if everybody just comes over, because this is draining, you know. And the kids get moody, and it's not like we live in the same town. It's an hour drive, or or more sometimes when we lived in San Diego. So it was like the kids are crying and there's diaper changes and everything. I was like, I can't. We shouldn't do this to the kids. Like it's a little bit too much.
It's too much.
So I was like, I'd rather just stay at home. Like you said, if they want to come over, they're welcome to. The house is always open, and we can do it at potluck or whatever, and go from there. But sometimes I kind of feel bad because I feel like the bad guy. Like my wife's like, no, but it's my family, and I get it. She's close to her family, but I'm like, no, this is our family. You need to start thinking about these guys, because when we least know it, like it's hard for me to believe that my son's like as tall as me now. And I just, in my eyes, I still see the little punk that, used to run around and copy me. And pretty soon, like, not pretty soon, but, sometime in the future, next thing you know, he might just be a grown-ass man with a kid. And I'm like, he's going to go through it too. And I'm like, no. Just get your ass over here if you want to. But if not, you're going your own separate way. And I know my wife's going to be like, no, we want to go. No, it's going to be me.
Well, I feel the same way because my wife and I have been together. I better not mess this up. 17 years.
Oh, we'll edit it.
We'll edit. I'll say all three.
All the
15
numbers.
years, 16 years, 17 years, 18 years. I'll get back to you on that one. no.
You had some beers, bro, so we'll let it go.
Yeah.
We'll blame the
Got a
alcohol.
couple,
That's the same thing.
But same thing. Like I'm used to being with them for all the holidays too. Like it's my other family, and like for instance, her little brother. I met him when he was 8, right? 8 or 9. And now he's like 22, 23, I think.
Oh, man.
And it's like, why aren't you hanging out with us for Christmas? Like, I'm getting mad just like my wife is and her sister or mom because he wants to do his own thing. He's hanging out. He's probably got girlfriends or whatever.
Okay, so he's still single, no kids.
He's going out. Yeah, he's single. And I'm like, it's a holiday. You're supposed to be with us, So it's like, I'm a little on both sides. We're like, I want to hang out with the family. You got to hang out with the family. But then it's like, I want to be on the own with my family,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little mix of both for me, And what's nice too is like we drive up to Corona, but halfway in Temecula, my sister lives there.
Oh, okay.
So if we need to with the baby girl, we need to make a pit stop. We'll be like, hey, we're gonna stop by.
Yeah, that's a good halfway point.
On our way up, and if not, then we'll go by. But then we'll make an effort to stop on the way down, even though we're like, we're just gonna go home. And then it's like, well, let's stop and see my nephew Mateo. I really want to see him. And we go and we hang out, and it ends up being 3 hours, 4 hours later, and I'm driving back down to San Diego, close to midnight.
Yeah.
It's like, I said I wasn't gonna stop, or we're just gonna stop really quick. But it's like you can't help it. Like it's that you want to be with the family.
When we had our first kid, it's funny that you say that because my wife's family they lived like in Also Corona. I believe Corona and Corona. That's right, Corona. And we would, or her dad lived in like Moscow at the time, which is San Bernardino, and we would cruise by, and I was like, what if we moved to Temecula? Because it's the halfway point. Because at the time I still talked to my dad, and I was still kind of I still check in on him. I had my first son, so my dad lives he's retired. He lives in TJ, so. But he's in San Diego also. So it's like, it'll be the halfway point. We can go down there or down up here.
Yeah.
Or they can just come here and it's the same distance for both of them. Lo and behold, many years later, it actually happened. We ended up moving around that area. But it made it easier now because I don't talk to my dad's side of the family, so
You stay up there.
I don't have to worry about nothing.
You're in San Diego for your friends.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like today, I was like, man, I got to drive to San Diego. That's the work drive. I don't want to do it on my day off.
It's my work drive.
But it wasn't that bad. I was like, it's nice. It was a nice day, man. It was nice and warm and windows down. And I was like, I'm late. These fools are going to be like, he's going to flake. He's going to flake. He's going to flake.
Nah.
I heard carnitas. I was like, I'm there.
Yeah, that was good. Had some chicharrón?
Yeah.
Yeah, that chicharrón was bomb, dude. Honestly. I'm not going to lie. That was good chicharrón.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to the
Yeah.
host.
The host. And you want to do this every month now?
The idea was to get everyone out, and just paint. I know everyone's busy.
Yeah.
Everyone does their own thing. Never sit down and paint. And I don't have, all the time in the world. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to get together. Just sit down, paint, get away from everything.
Or hang out.
Hey, hang out.
Yeah. I mean,
We don't
yeah.
hang out?
Yeah.
When was the last time we hung out?
The draft.
The draft.
The draft.
draft.
That's it. Last year.
Last year.
A whole year has passed.
draft.
Almost.
Yeah.
Speaking of the draft, what's up with that calendar, bro?
Yeah, you've been working out?
No, did you see this? Does that look like it's been used?
We're talking full 12-month spread, bro.
Oh, jeez.
You lost.
From champ to
The
I don't even
spread.
know.
I like how you guys said spread. Jesus Christ.
Spreading my contract.
I might have to put it on Etsy, bro. Your wife will buy them all. No, nobody can see this.
Yeah. I mean, we're so far into the year, we're going to have to make it 2024. But you're taking pictures, buddy. You lost.
Or we could just make you the draft board lady.
Wasn't that what's his name? Permanent thing?
Yeah, but he was supposed to wear like a
He was
Hooters
supposed to wear Hooter
uniform.
Shorts, yeah, at Buffalo Wild Wings when he did.
I do like that Daisy look. Daisy Duke
Oh yeah,
look,
from my
dude.
brother-in-law's
Yeah.
draft. Yeah, dude. Daisy Duke and some boots.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. And then you're hosting it too, right? Last place.
What?
What you're hosting?
The hell? He's coming up with some extra stuff now.
That's all stuff we
that's
agreed
why.
on.
That's why Snipe was doing it last time, dude. And then he couldn't get that little area in his complex, so we went to Buffalo's.
We had to do Buffalo.
Oh, is that why we went there?
Yeah, that's why I was up there because he was the one that's supposed to be hosting, who really wasn't there that long because he had to go to a quinceañera.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like that little beach house thing, bungalow they have at his community.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where it was supposed to be, and someone had already reserved it.
Speaking of, I think I'm gonna be a little heavy leaving today, bro. Yeah, man.
Why?
I think I'm gonna have like an extra belt when I leave today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Hey, did you bring the trophy?
Well, he,
I don't care about the trophy, bro. I need my belt.
Oh, I'll go get it.
the trophy I'm gonna go plop on your desk at work, so that you have to walk with it down the stairs out to his work area, hand it to him. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, when you do that, I'll give you your ring.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the ring. Bro.
That ring is beautiful, bro. I wish it was my second championship year so I can get that ring. I need that one. Instead of that, I'm gonna have to be stuck with that one that looks like, Super Bowl trophy. Like 2 of you have.
1 second.
He's concentrating.
Yeah, I know,
He's
dude.
concentrating.
You hear the mic's just picking up his breathing. He's like holding his breath.
Holding
and then all
his
of a sudden-
breath. You're supposed to breathe through it, bro. It's like shooting. Don't hold your breath.
The chest always trips me out because it's like if I slip, I have to repaint the whole thing, and I don't want to do that.
Well, like quiet looking.
Yeah, putting pressure on them. I stopped painting. I can't multitask.
Oh no, yeah, no.
No, right
he said, "Hey man, I thought we were gonna record." I was like, "Hey,
I was like, oh,
done
Hey,
paint,
he said
bro."
record.
He's down
I
to get
put
to
everything
that.
away. I was like, "Let's do
Me
this." And
too. Let's see. Let's inspect.
I thought we were gonna have some more feedback. We were just waiting for Luis to be part of the crew. Let's see. Oh my goodness!
That looks
Wow. Oh.
That's
What's that color called? What did you use?
That's
Lakers
Retributor Armor.
Oh yeah, that's the one I need.
Yeah, it's a nice gold. I like that one.
I'm gonna
It's
take
like
it.
nice and dark.
Oh, it's too dark.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go like that. Here we go. Oh, come on. The background's not. There we go. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
So what else you got for me, man? What else you want to talk about? What do we want to cover? What have you forgotten? We got fishing. We got wanting to bow hunting. We got a little bit of our families.
Yeah, RC cars.
Yeah, and then you've been listening to the podcast a lot, right? You've been giving me feedback on it. What do you think so far? What do you think so far? What do I need to work? What do we need to work on? What do we need to change? Give us some feedback. We'll start with that one. That's the first question.
It's good, man. It's like authentic.
Authentic.
You know, authentic.
I feel like
I feel like there's other podcasts that are like really like
scripted.
kind of pushy,
Fake.
fake, you know, and I don't know if I could like tell that it's not because I know you and we kind of some of the things that I recognize that you talk about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's kind of talked to me about that, like, you know, or I know how he feels about this one, you know, and when I hear it, it's like, hey, I know that's like raw emotion, that's unscripted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's being said?
Oh, look at
Oh man, we got me a belt. Oh, I didn't bring the plaque either. I'm gonna have to wait. Did you disinfect that like you said you were gonna do? Did you disinfect it?
Yeah, fantasy football.
It don't matter, man.
Wrestling.
Got my
chassis.
belt.
Wow.
Oh, look at my. Oh man.
He's gonna wear it all the way home.
Ooh, dude. No, that's not all I'm gonna do.
He's gonna have his own.
I'm
photo
gonna
shoot
disinfect it
with
with my man juices. This is just bragging rights, bro. Like, you had it for 2 years. We colluded, bro. When me and Eddie would talk about this, we're like, yo, we got to beat this guy,
He's
man.
gotta go down.
Yeah, he's got to go down.
His head's already big.
Yeah, he's calling himself Tom Brady and stuff. And like,
the Thanos inevitable, but you know.
yeah, oh yeah,
Even
he started doing the whole Thanos thing, huh?
Yeah. The rings,
collecting rings and stuff, like stones. Oh man, look at my baby. She's so dirty, bro.
Yeah,
So
dude.
dusty.
With the buffer wheel.
Man, I don't have to polish. It's gonna look good when I wear it with the gold one too. That's two right there. That both of you were in. So we got Dynasty and regular. Double championship, triple championship, triple champ. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That sounds so good.
Luis, we gotta do something next year.
Just call me instead of Triple H, call me Triple C. Triple
Triple champ.
Triple champ.
Jump.
That's Sniper, bro. He's been on last place twice, I think.
Yeah, dude. Twice.
Oh, that was nice.
Well,
He was about to.
that could be
Yeah.
your new name.
Last in the season and last.
From champ to chump.
Yeah, dude. Oh, totally. That better be your name next year. Champ to jump. It's got to. You gotta make that your name. Yep.
Oh man, maybe this should be the next name for punishment. Since he's not gonna do a calendar shoot, now we gotta do 12 punishments.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn it, that or the calendar, man.
Who? Calendar.
We gotta do the calendar, bro. Ah yeah.
Yes,
you know what?
You guys
actually-
and your peer pressure, bro.
No, we said it's gonna be a photo shoot calendar for.
Now I want another beer. See, I was supposed to stop. Now I want another one. Forget the water. Yes, I'm breaking my diet. I'm having wheat. It was made with mice and stuff from the field that cropped down, so it's still carnivore. And it's Mexican, so it's got more animals in it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's lions on the bottle.
Yeah, there's lions.
There's got to be lions inside, right?
Salute.
Cheers. Cheers.
Can you put down the paintbrush for a little cheers? There we go. So,
Salute.
hey, so instead of like watching a fight, which is a big old fight going on today,
I mean,
any
you put
updates?
it
It
on?
should be over, right?
Yeah, so
Who won?
my wife said she was watching it on her phone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is always.
She wrote Mexican guy was lame.
No way.
I don't know who won. Yeah.
You know, I heard. I don't know if it was true, but they were talking about that they bet their whole bag.
Oh,
So whoever
really?
won, gets everything.
Dang.
I guess they were gonna sign a contract or something about it.
They have to.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, because it was like they had an altercation at the final weigh-in, so
Yeah.
there was some trash talk going on, and he's like, "No, man, I'm so confident I'm gonna beat you. Let's put the whole purse on it." And he lost.
Who did?
Yeah.
Garcia,
Garcia.
man, that's what happens, man. You get too cocky, bro. Stay humble.
Yeah.
Well, that's another. That's the question I got. How do you feel about the people that are like really cocky?
Oh,
Like the
Like in
Conor
sports or what?
And
like who?
like Conor McGregor was coming out. And
Dude, I actually like Conor.
that? No, yeah, but like that flamboyant. Like, how do you feel? Like, you like that? Like,
You know what? There's certain people that are kind of like I'm okay with it, and there's some people that it doesn't go for. You know what I mean?
It doesn't fit that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, it's a show. Like it feels like it's a show. So like Conor McGregor, it could be annoying at times because there was a time when he was like really quiet and humble.
Yeah.
But then I guess eventually he turned into that. But he was backing it up. But the thing that I liked was that even after he lost, he was still like that. You know, like he was still even getting up, knocked out. He like
Yeah.
talking shit. But yeah, there's people that doesn't go good on. Like I don't know, it just doesn't seem real. I guess it depends, man. I don't know. Like there's some athletes that I don't care for, no matter what they say or do. Like to the point where I'll turn my back on the whole damn team for years and pick up a new team. You know, and people will say like, "Oh, you're one of the real fans." I know that's how much I dislike that person. I just don't care for them. Like LeBron James.
I was gonna say.
I would say
Like
it.
LeBron.
Yeah, like LeBron James. Or Tom Brady.
Tom.
I mean, he's a nice guy, though. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like him for other reasons.
There's some people like Rogers.
Yeah, I mean he lost me a championship. Got Luis's first.
Oh, did he? I don't like him.
He didn't show up we had that game and he didn't do anything. Like 2 points. I was like, you mother.
Oh yeah.
Luis is like, oh, that was easy. It was harder in the
Drama
previous
queen.
weeks,
That's what
yeah.
he is. Drama queen.
Attention whore. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going in a dark room for a week.
To decide what I want to do.
And I was almost retired. But you know what? I'm back.
I'm back.
See, like he sounds like John Wick.
Oh yeah, people keep asking me. Have you seen the last John Wick? I haven't seen that
No,
one
I
yet.
haven't seen it.
I
Don't
haven't
talk
seen
about it.
any.
Don't talk about
What?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's mad. She's like, you better watch them all. Like, I
Bro,
wanna
we're
go
like
see them.
you're about to get kicked out from the boys club, bro.
How have you not watched that?
I've seen parts of them, but I haven't like.
Even
haven't
my
had the
daughters are
time-
like,
I haven't had the time to like.
even my daughters are like, Baba Yaga. It's like,
See, I know it's from the movie. You know, I got to like another one too is like Fast and the Furious. I've seen mostly all of them.
Oh
There's
my
a few I haven't
God.
seen, and I don't care that they're crappy, but like for me, like I told you this. I started listening to a podcast. I have to listen from episode
The beginning?
one.
Yeah.
Even if I look and I'm like, oh my god, this is like 3-4 years old, but I have to. I don't know why. I can't.
Because
jump.
there's some backstory to certain things that are going to come up later.
And
That,
even
that
though
makes
even
sense.
though they say like, oh, you don't need to watch all the Fast and Furious, you can jump in on this one and you'll be fine. But it's like,
Dude, I think it was like
no.
confusing though, because like it went one way and then they try to change it and they try to change it again and they were like, oh wait, well let's fix this from the other one. Let's go back in time and it was like it's kind of like the last Star Wars, you know? They were like, hey, let's fire this.
It was nowhere near.
Dude, they were like, okay, who is she? Whose daughter is she? Like talking about like, and what's up with Kylo? And what's up with this? And then, hey, we're gonna have to fire you. We're gonna bring another director. And then that guy shows up and changes everything. And it's like, oh, everybody hated what you did. You're fired. Let's bring back the other guys. Like, well, what can I save? How am I gonna save it? And then he tries, and it's still not good enough. And everybody's like, yeah, this sucks.
That's another one where I almost wasn't gonna watch. What were we watching? I started doing the whole Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, the whole Star Wars thing, the whole Mandalorian saga, kind of trying to understand. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get through all the Clone Wars, but in like the order that it's supposed to be in.
Yeah, you
my
have to.
God.
No, and it makes sense because I watched it like like the normal order, like you watch it in season 1, 2, like whatever, and then you'll be like in season 3, you're like, hey, wait, hold on, why are we going all the way back to the other stuff? Like I'm confused. And then he told me, yeah, like there's a way somebody took the time to put them in order because there's a lot of like jumping back and forth.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have known that, and then I would have been able to follow it.
Look here, for instance, I have the list.
Yeah, dude, it's
I've been
crazy.
checking it off. So like, if you watch the if you start watching it in the order it's supposed to be, the first episode you're supposed to watch is season 2, episode 16, called Cat and Mouse, and then you go to season 1, episode 16, and then you're supposed to see the theatrical release, and then you start off in season 3, episode 1.
See?
Then season 3, episode 3.
Why does it jump so much?
Because supposedly when they released it for like DVD, someone just threw the stuff into order, versus how it got released for people to view was the right way.
Oh.
But when they said, okay, these are going to go out for release on, probably before streaming, probably like for a DVD, they put them in seasons, and someone was just throwing them in there. Or like they must have hit the alphabetize or something.
Yeah.
At a certain
really?
point. Yeah. And they say that's why it jumps around. So like, because I did put the first episode, and I was like, this is like, I know this is like later on in the story of Star Wars. Like, why am I seeing this right now? And and then I looked it up, and sure enough, it says you got to start with.
Yeah, so for me, like I remember when they came out, I didn't want to watch them. I was like, man, forget this. I'm not doing this. And then, like I think I said this before, like I started watching Mandalorian, and when I finished that whole first season, I was like, man, I'm so confused. Where do they cover this? You know, so you start looking stuff up, and you're like, oh, this is covered in Clone Wars, and this is covered in Rebels, and this is covered. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to watch these. And I had already heard from other people like, oh, you need to watch those, or you'll enjoy them. And I was turned off when they introduced like Skywalker's apprentice. I was like, he never had an apprentice. All these movies, and they never talk about it. Like they're just adding stuff, trying to make money out of it. But now I'm like, oh yeah, this is all. You know?
Like that post you sent me where like you must have grown up in the prequel era. All the toys and merchandise. Oh, I remember that. All the Darth Maul stuff and the Darth Maul birthday parties I must have gone to because of that.
Dude, I still have a Darth Maul pillow. I don't know if you remember because I know I'm older than you guys, but there used to be a toy store called KBB Toys.
KBB Toys,
yeah. And when they were going out of business, they were selling all this stuff, and it was like right around the time
one on Chula Vista?
Well, no, I was in the army, I think, at the time. So I was like an 18-year-old kid. Yeah. And then they were like going out of business and stuff. And I bought like as much crap from episode 1 because, and yeah, episode 1, I think it was. Yeah. But I still have those damn pillows, man.
Oh, nice.
Like, I still have like the piggy bank. I literally had to throw away the Obi-Wan and the Qui-Gons because they were broken, and I was like, just throw them away when I can't see them. But the Darth Maul one still works, so every time you drop a coin, it still goes off. And
nice.
But you used to connect them, and they like interact. I love that thing. I still have those toys with the little chips that you would walk over the little comm link and they talk. Like I still, dude, I have so many freaking toys. I'm like, I have a problem,
We
dude.
have a collection of.
Dude, I'm
Oh, you collect?
Yeah, what, dude? I have like McFarlane Batmans. I have like Hot Toys, like figures of some Marvel characters and Star Wars characters. I have a whole bunch of Wolverines, a whole bunch of Deadpools. I have a whole bunch of Hulks, a shitload of Punishers. I have old Dove cars. I have. You're laughing because my wife couldn't remember.
I remember the podcast. I was yelling in the car. The Punisher.
It was like, that's funny because I was like, so you even knew, right? Like the Punisher.
I knew.
And my wife couldn't remember that the Punisher was like, that's the one that started for me, man. Like getting into comic books and stuff like that. Like I like Superman, obviously, when I was a kid. That started in Batman. But when I like started reading comic books, it was a Punisher comic book and it was an X-Men comic book.
Really?
So I automatically went into Punisher mode and like Wolverine. And then the cartoons came out, the X-Men cartoons. So I was like, oh, okay. So I started watching those cartoons. Those were my like, yeah, those are like run home so you can watch the damn episode, right? And then, of course, I started reading the comic books. I was like, yo, this show doesn't follow the comic books at all, dude. Like,
But yeah.
but yeah,
I've seen all your figures you get.
dude, and it's and then I just started at one that I kind of really want to do more. I want to start collecting damn Star Wars helmets. This shit's expensive, dude. Because they're badass, dude.
They're
So
awesome.
you told me you get the Mando one, and I was like, oh, hey, you go back to Disney, you pick me one up, yeah? And I never happened.
I texted you.
But yeah, you did text me. That's right. What was I doing there? I didn't see it, and when I saw it, it was like, oh, too late. I already left. I was like, shit.
I
But
should
then
have just got it.
I just got one, and I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, what Eddie said is true. These things are badass. Like they're well made for a toy. And I
Like
was
the inside's got all the detail. Like you're never gonna see it on you, but you know that it's there. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm worried. I'm already thinking about Halloween. I need to make me a whole like.
Oh, yeah.
But then I laugh, dude, because I see videos and I'm like, look at these nerds at a convention with their cosplay, bitches losers, and then on the back I'm like, oh,
That is so cool.
But Halloween.
Well, I mean, being here in San Diego, you know, Comic Con is here. You know,
Oh,
I remember every
dude.
year I'd be like,
Every year?
I like the comic stuff, the characters, the stories, you know, the genres. But every time I'd see the people like, oh, look at these nerds, like, look at nerds. But it's like deep down inside, like I like it, but
I want to be there.
look at the people dressing up. Like that's just so dumb, so
Right,
weird. But
But
then later on, as I'm getting older, like, oh, it takes skills to make that. Oh, he crafted that himself. Like, that's a whole different aspect of it. And I'm like, this is awesome, but I can't do it because people are going to laugh at
I
me.
have to confess, dude. I've always wanted to cosplay Doctor Doom.
Wow.
I always wanted to cosplay Doctor Doom, man. And then I remember when like Gladiator came out, I wanted to get that helmet to make it like my Doctor Doom mask. And apparently later on, I learned that some rapper does that. So I was like, he actually
MF
calls.
Doom.
Yeah. So I was like, oh. And it was like, oh, you're. I was like, I don't know who that is, bro. And so I started listening to it. I was like, oh, this guy's obsessed just like me.
Yeah, I thought you liked his too. That's why you.
I
had
didn't
the
even
name,
know-
the
yeah,
name for your Doctor Doom.
No, it was actually Doctor Doom, and it's funny because I learned I got into Doctor Doom because I liked Fantastic Four stuff. Well, I really didn't care for Fantastic Four, but I liked Doctor Doom because I seen him on cartoons and stuff. But what got me into Doctor Doom was when I heard that he was the inspiration for Darth Vader, like the look and the fit and the helmet and stuff like that. So when I learned that, I was like, oh, well, Doctor Doom it is. And then the initials, you know, so you had like the double D's, and so I was like, oh, well, those are my initials. So yeah, I'm going with that
then
one.
I went to a Comic Con with Luis one year, and like actually like going in because before like you drive by or you'd be in a gas lamp and you see all the people,
Yeah.
but you weren't really like looking because you're doing other stuff. But like when we went in and I was like actually like seeing the people like dressed and they're taking pictures, so it gives you a little more time to like look and see their stuff, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. Or, oh, and this is where like the modeling, you know, creator type part of me comes out. It's like, man, I wonder how they did that. Or, I could probably make something like that, or so we're like, I want to buy a 3D printer. I want
an
a
nephew
foam cutter,
that's obsessed with Superman, and he's like that. And I remember he loves buying like one-off pieces and stuff like that. So he's always been a big Comic-Con guy. And I went one year we had my son, and we had a great time. It was one of those, you get to see what movies are coming out and everything. But then we discovered WonderCon, because Comic-Con always got sold out. Mm-hmm. So WonderCon used to be in next to Disneyland out there, Anaheim. Yeah. So we started going to that one. And when you were talking about like, oh yeah, look at these nerds or whatever, and I was laughing because I remember we went and there was like, you see people dressed up, right? And you see some people that like, they shouldn't be wearing that. Yeah. Like you need to go to the gym for a little while before you wear this. Person, or you just, but then I'll never forget, there was this one chick that was like straight out like Wonder Woman, but like too revealing. Yeah. And I was like, I got caught looking. And my wife was like, what? I was like, look at her. It's disgusting. There's children in here. Look at this little hoochie, like trying to ruin this little kids, trying to be a stripper. Wonder Woman, que asco. Yeah. But dude, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be in trouble. Like, yeah. The cool thing about it was, and this is when I realized that we were like really nerdy in my house, because my oldest son, the 14-year-old, he was little, so I want to say maybe he was like 4, maybe 3, and this lady walked by, and he's like, Shira. Right, and the girl like straight out stopped, and she was tall, skinny, and she turns around and like, "Oh my goodness, he's the only person that knew who I was. I've been here since yesterday and all day today, and this little boy." So she got down, and he was like in love, dude. Like because I didn't know he loved the She-Ra cartoon, and that was my wife like watching She-Ra, and he was like in the background, yeah. And he was like, "Can I have a kiss?" And she gave me like take pictures. Man, he was like La La Land, dude. Yeah. But it was funny because this little fucker started showing how much of a player he was, because there was a girl named Jasmine. And it was like, yeah, Jasmine. I was like, can I take a picture? And then he's like, can I have a kiss? So the rest of the con, he kept on asking girls for kisses. I love characters he knew. And I was like, man, he's not even like 4 years old, and look at him, like, he's just. It's so funny. I gotta show him those pictures because he's like, being shy now. Yeah. So it'll be funny to be like, hey man, look at this. When you're brave and outgoing. Yeah. Yeah, when you were big time, brave, I guess that's the word. Luis is still going to town on that thing. Oh yeah. I can hear him breathing.
Concentrating.
Yeah, man.
It's like this is the most straight time painting I can get.
And there's some background noises because. I mean, just to clarify, we're in the garage. Door is kind of cracked. There's been cars driving by, people talking, TV in the background.
Oh, really?
Heavy breathing.
My bad. Holding breath. Rinse cup.
Drinking beers. Burping.
Yeah, you hear all of it with this. That's crazy.
Pretty good. Everybody's gonna start buying podcast reviews like, oh, my neighbor parked in my spot, and they'll start putting it on the walls so you can see they talk shit. I heard you.
You see them like say, you better go to the doctor and get that checked. I know, I'm hearing stuff, I'm like, is that me?
No,
it's not me. It's I know.
Well, that one recording on the couple of episodes, I was like, yo, is that me? Yeah. And it was a freaking dog snoring in the background, just heavy breathing like this fool. I was like, I sound really out of shape.
Oh, you guys can hear me?
No, he's concentrating. Yeah,
I'm trying to concentrate. It takes a lot out of me not to move my hand.
Put your pinky in it.
No, be classy. Pick up that pinky.
Yeah. Oh, you like go. Rest it like that. Luis.
Hold on.
Like you grabbing it down. I'm waiting to get a picture of this fool.
There you go. Get in there.
What I got. See?
Oh, guys. Man, everybody's like a master here with the point.
No. Like, Never mind. Forget what I told you. No, because some guy at work told me, same thing. Like just talking, he overheard us talking about this and painting, and he's like, "Oh, you paint those really little things," and then I was like, "Yeah, like, sometimes my hand's shaky, sometimes not." He's like, "Oh, when I worked at a pastry shop, writing on cakes, the same thing. You get shaky." He was like, the old lady that was there working is like, just rest your hand or your pinky on something, and it lets you be smooth.
Oh, okay.
And I've been doing that with this, and it's like,
I knew this guy that used to do a lot of pinstriping, and he
do
used
it a
to,
lot.
he used to
Yeah.
grab the pinky also and put it like to the side and just
and
follow
then-
it.
and then
Yeah.
follow, yeah.
And
support.
that's crazy. I do the kind of like elbows on the table when I was wrist to, wrist to wrist.
Oh, really?
A little triangle.
You do that?
Yeah, a little triangle, man, and it keeps it steady. But apparently not as steady as yours because my lines don't look like that. Mine looks like
I've
like
repainted
I'm-
those lines like 5
like I'm in
times.
rehab. They're like all shaky everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Still CD.
Oh, that's gonna look good. All right.
This is the test. This is only the test.
Oh, 5 more to go.
Yeah. It's looking nice. And
That's
it,
you think it's fast. You're like, oh yeah, I'll knock this out.
Oh, no.
And
You know,
spend
well-
time, finish one, and you're like, I still got 5 more to go. And this is like the expedited version of this game. There's a game where they do like 40, 50 of these characters, and then another 10 of other characters. And you're like, that's a lot.
Dude, yeah, and then so that's one of my problems. I don't have a lot of patience sometimes. I want to finish it, and I try to go, and I end up messing it up, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you
that's
try
what
to go
happens
fast,
with me.
and
Like, I don't get a lot of time, so when they get to do it and the girls are around, I love them to death, but it's like, I need to hurry up and finish this so I can get to the girls.
Yeah,
And because I do that, I end up using colors I don't want to use, or that I don't test. I just grab and throw, which is kind of what I did with the other color, which is why I stripped it. That's what happened. I felt like I needed to rush through it. I threw it on, and it pulled, and didn't take the time to fix it.
looks good though.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a Laker fan.
I like purple. There's no yellow.
That's a LeBron.
It's
fan
gold.
right there.
It's
It's a
gold.
LeBron.
That is that. We're gonna call that one Kobe because it's got like a sleeve on the left arm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean,
You
they're
don't-
all, they're
you
all
don't
gonna
know
have
who
this.
Kobe is.
They're all
You
gonna
don't
have
know
this
about
sleeve on it.
sports. You only barely found out about football.
So on that note, so like we actually became more friends because of fantasy football. I
Because
met
of
him because
fantasy.
of you, right? I met him because of you at work, and I talked to him a couple of times. But he was always like the quiet guy. I always thought he didn't like me because he was always quiet, just doing his own thing. And then he went on to another job, and then it was like, what's up?
Yeah.
Then we started the fantasy football league,
We needed another person.
and he joined. Yeah, and then
Wow, I didn't need.
no. I was like, yeah, ask him, because because I was just wanting to do it a work one, and
It was.
This
It was.
fool.
Look, let me tell you. Okay, we needed 10, right? We had 9, and we're like, man, we're about to draft here pretty soon. Like, we need to get another person. No one else was really committing to it. I was like, dude, let me ask Luis, because we play other games. Like we play Destiny, some Battlefield, other video games, and
Yeah.
he talked to me about other games, and he would whip out like, oh, if you put this armor, you have a 30% more chance of this. Like he got into the math of it
right.
and was like, this is the best way to go about it. Like this is what you need to do, and sure enough, we'd play the game. It'd be super fun because we were just
Cruising by,
yeah,
tearing
because we
it
had
up.
all the right stuff. And then it was like, fantasy football is all about numbers. If I tell him, hey, try this with us. It's about numbers. It's trying to score the most points. Like, it's fun. Try it. It doesn't hurt. And he looked into it and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play. So the first year there's a little bit of growing pain, but then we created this monster,
Dude, so the first year when he started, we'll make some jokes, right? And I like to trash talk. So, but he was like, "Oh, who is that?" And I was like, "Wait, I didn't know he didn't know football.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, and so I was like, oh, he was a linebacker and this and that. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he like I will make another joke, and he's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
What
football.
was it? I remember that where we're like looking at him like,
Yeah, I was like, what?
really?
I was like, but he was being competitive. Like he wasn't the worst. He wasn't the best, but he was up there. And I was like, dude, like it's beginner's luck. It's got to be beginner's luck. It's got to be beginner's luck. Then the following, and you won that year.
Yeah.
And then the following year, he was like names and freaking weather, and
percentages.
Percentages
indoor versus outdoor versus
Yeah.
Sunday night game versus.
And if it's this type of grass, and the was gonna go travel, I was like, what the shit?
We're like, we were watching him draft, and he didn't pick someone, and we're like, dude, like, what did you get? It was like, oh, because he plays 75% on turf, and he's better in grass.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it wasn't running back. It wasn't running back. Who was it? Was it
someone that plays in indoor stadium?
Was it Henry?
In the East Coast? No.
Well, but yeah, he started coming up with stuff like that. And I was like, damn, dude. Like he really
we're like,
got obsessed.
Bro, we're doing this for fun.
Yeah, and then some loser one that he shouldn't have won. That wasn't even involved that much that year.
Yeah, that was beginner's luck.
What's his name?
Chris.
Yeah.
And then the following year, like he beat the crap out of me because fool didn't show up. Aaron Rodgers got the damn championship.
He beat everyone though. He just did good.
And then he won again, and then he lost. He fell from grace. Icarus. That's your name. Icarus.
Icarus fell from
too close to the sun, my boy.
It was a wings caught fire. Or melted. What was it?
That's why he's obsessed with that.
He saw wings melted from flying.
That's why he's obsessed with those wings that he's painting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fly.
I remember my wings.
These were mine.
Hey, I told you if I ever get it, you're gonna regret it, and I mean it. I mean, we're gonna. Oh, we started doing the cool thing. I like it that we do the draft in person. So we went from having a hard time trying to get a 10 person, which we ended up getting a good one.
Yeah.
And then we've lost some people. Each year we lost some people with excuses of I'm having a kid or it's not for me.
Family.
Yeah. Yeah, we just laugh because we're like, yeah, we got kids and we got family too, and we make it happen. But and then we would do the drafts online, and
because we want to whoop.
Yeah. We're saying that on record, but off record.
Oh shit!
The abuses.
We are not editing that.
Was that sign for help?
In the back.
Yeah.
When we say bye, he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
fist open, fist open, fist open.
I'm gonna tell her that we're all being trolled.
Yeah.
But then we lost people, and then we got people that wanted to be in them, then we had people on hold, and then
Yeah, we got a waiting list.
yeah, and then we started doing
have a waiting list.
Yeah, and then we started doing it in person, and then that's when it got good. And now we had to change like rules because there was a waiting period, man. So but right now I don't think we have any waiting period. Oh no, yeah, we got 2 guys waiting. Forgot
Well,
about
that's
that.
because we don't want to expand it to 12. That changes.
Well, we tried it one year and it didn't work out. Remember
Steve quit.
Steve brought Dan, and then
Yeah.
they quit at the end. So, and it's always a nightmare, right? Because for me, collecting dues, man, it's always a nightmare. So it's like I know you're the funniest one of them all because you're like, see the way my ATM works.
I need to know 2 years in advance.
Oh man, but that's what makes it fun. Like that's funny, but it's just all funny games. But then there's those people that just take it too serious and they like we need to kick them out. But then at least they're active, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Man.
Well, Chris quit and then he came back and then he and Sniper had this like weird, awkward. Sniper's always in the middle of it. Sniper, you hear this? You're an ass.
You start on shit.
Because he got into it with Mason one year.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, with your old guys' military lingo.
Yeah, they started going up about who's more of a hard ass. It's like, you're both broken. Who gives a shit? It was like, it doesn't matter, dude.
You
Like,
both ended up in the same place, bro. Like, exact same position.
oh, man. And then this past season, he got into it with Chris, and they were betting about, like, oh, yeah, whoever loses is out of the league, and blah, blah.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, my God, how about we just kick both of you out?
We're
Like,
sitting there with popcorn, like, look at this, dude. It's going down.
so it's funny, but, like, Louis started a league for family.
For rookies.
For
And that got
rookies.
crazy, too. But we'll edit that one out.
That was all you. You were the one that instigated everything. And instead of me just being like, stop instigating, I just let it happen. It's
I
also
didn't
my
instigate
fault.
anything. I didn't instigate anything.
Yeah, you were.
I just made an observation. Like, hey, yeah, my man, what happened? You said this, and you're not violating your own rule. You're not following your rules there.
Yeah.
I was like, straight. You were like,
And
straight
then,
up
I,
dictator, bro.
and then I tried to force him, and then that's when it all went
See?
down there.
That's when I would jump in and be like, what the hell?
But that wasn't my fault. I was like, hey, all right. Now you're telling me that my championship has a asterisk on it because there was collusion.
Yeah.
I demand a recount. Yeah, but that got crazy. But that still wasn't as bad as the ones that we've had with the other damn fool.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, even on top, like, so the chirping would go on in the football chat.
Yeah.
And then it would come, like, we'd hear them talking like in real life, like, nah, put down, like, you better quit if you don't make it fucking put down. And then, like, it started getting a little, like,
Dude, I just
sexual. Like, they're like, what? The stuff these guys are saying is...
dude, it was so out of line. But what about the one time that guy's wife would hijack his phone and like go in there and
Oh, yeah.
start going off?
Yeah. That was him.
Yeah, it was him. I know it was him.
Yeah.
Just blame it on his wife.
Yeah. Tried to trash talk, couldn't get... tried to trash talk, got owned, and then said, oh, it's my wife. She took over my phone. Like, no, she didn't, bro. Like, cesspool just like you. You're a liar.
Luis is just being quiet over there like, no, I'm not doing this. Come on, man. You wanted this. Come on. It's cool, man. Join. Come on. Just try it once. Just hit it, bro.
Don't you want to be cool?
Yeah, don't you want to be one of us? Come on, man.
Oh my god! Yes.
We're not going to tell no one.
Luis is very innocent, friend. Still painting.
I am enjoying this moment.
That looks good. Looked really good.
Oh, that was awesome.
Huh.
We're like all quiet looking at him too, like, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up.
Ah, it's alright.
Yeah.
You know what I had to admit, dude, earlier?
I'm just slapping pain.
You know,
I don't even know if it'll work out.
earlier when you were saying something about like, oh yeah, if I mess it up, it's done. I wanted to tap the fucking
The
table.
table.
You were what?
Yeah.
I wanted to tap the table to mess you up, but I was like, we're cool, but you might shoot me right now. We're not that cool. He'll be like, Eddie, I told you I didn't like that guy.
Why is he here? She's like, you put it on the
I
chat.
want him out of the nerd club.
You're out.
No, it's all good.
We casted a vote.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out what to do with the face.
Oh. Red eyes, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, guys, there you go. Like, now you know what's up with this thing. You know, now you know how it works, man.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
cool.
fun, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, thanks for doing it. Maybe next time, we'll do it without at least having action figures too.
in his hands to be more involved.
So he could talk about something.
You're the one that said, he said, "Are we going to record or what?"
Yeah,
So,
I thought we were gonna like talk about the wives, like making fun of us and what we do and the kids,
I mean,
and
you can ask questions.
you know, talk.
And I can answer questions.
I try, bro, but you're like over there and you know you're in the zone, man. Like you said, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone.
Yeah, man. Like,
well, I just sent her a picture of like this whole table and setup, and she's like, "Nerds gone wild." She's the best. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. It would have been more awesome if we would have had that ceviche.
I know.
It's in there.
No, not yours. Hers.
Oh, hers. Oh, okay. Did you guys even need it?
No,
I will get a plate right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try it out.
It's like 2 pounds.
I was waiting.
It's like 4 pounds in it.
Woo!
But, yeah.
Seafood festival. Love it.
Really
Love
cool.
it. No, man, but thanks for having us, man. I appreciate it. It was actually nice. I'm glad it actually worked out finally.
Finally.
It only took 2 years.
Yeah.
It only took 2 years.
Yeah, we've been talking about this
2
forever.
years. Yeah.
2 years.
of
2 years for
fun.
you too. It's like a year and a half for me. I joined late.
Yeah.
I'm not cool. I'm not part of the Goonies yet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in those 2 years, I painted here and there, but never really sat down and painted.
And now that you
a
have,
little bit. That's nice.
you're addicted, huh?
I like it.
It's addicting.
It's peaceful.
You know what I feel?
It's peaceful when I do it by myself. When I do it like around my kids, it's not.
Oh,
It's
shit.
just-
Well, no, you gotta worry about.
stressful.
You gotta worry
I
about.
thought he was
them.
going to say it's peaceful when I do it by myself, but not with you two assholes.
yeah, you guys are ruining it for me.
I'd rather paint with my kids around.
Nah.
Look, you got quiet. It's true.
Nah.
It's like I could have got so much more done if they were.
Dude, that actually looks very clean. I gotta take a picture of that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. We'll
stuff
see.
we've been doing.
Yeah, my wife was like, "Oh, we're not. You know what? Can you move that plate?" I was gonna say something about my wife. I forgot what it was. Damn alcohol.
Is there any more beer?
Oh no, yeah, my wife was kind of like over there, kind of getting too excited about.
Look at these. That looks good.
No more. No more.
Where's yours at?
Mine's right here, man.
Oh, man. Oh, this man. You put your whole thing away?
Oh yeah,
The model?
bro. We were setting up the microphone.
Yeah, we were in
Bro,
a chat.
We were in the
Oh, I thought. Okay.
Oh, paint and chat.
Yeah,
Oh,
paint
yeah,
then chat. That's the whole thing. Paint then chat. Can't just stop and
Next time.
stop painting.
Well, like I said, I can't multitask.
The editor will be very upset. I was like, "There's so many quiet spaces in here."
Where's the editor?
It used to be me, but I got fired.
You got fired from your own podcast.
My wife does it.
You didn't meet the deadline, huh?
No, man. No. I mean, we've been recording for like an hour and a half now.
Oh, really?
And I'm pretty sure she's gonna. We're probably
Gonna
end up
go
with a
through
30,
an hour and a half
30
of
minute
conversation.
podcast.
Until she gets to the good stuff.
We might have to break those one part one, part
I
two.
will text you the correct amount of years we've been together.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm just playing, dude. 17.
Wait, no, but on a serious note, because you guys are way younger than me, so which is kind of sometimes I feel weird because I'm like, oh, man, I'm the old man hanging out with young guys. Like, what a fucking loser.
Well, yeah, like we were talking about. We didn't know, but I was friends with your nephew
Yeah.
on the same street.
Yeah, talking about pizza, we found out that we pretty much were neighbors, and you were friends with my nephew, which is funny, and just talking like fat boys talking about pizza led to realizing.
Yeah,
that
we're like, where can you get the best, meal for $5? And I was like, oh, dude, like New York Giant Pizza King, you get a drink, French fries, and pizza. And when I said
and it's
New
a
York,
big old slice of pizza,
yeah,
dude.
it was a
like
big slice, and I was like, New
greasy
York
as
Giant
shit,
Pizza King.
delicious.
And like I said, he said, but KFC, and I said, by Central School. And we were like
Like
I lived
IB, bro? IB?
IB? Yeah, and it's like, I lived on 12. And he's like, I lived on 12.
You know this person? I was like, yeah, I know them.
Yeah, I know that person.
Yeah, so and that's funny. Like so many years later, right? But
So that was, that was in 2000. And we moved from that street, I think we did. Or right before. Because when I went to middle school, I had already moved down to 10th Street.
okay.
And so from middle school.
Well, about the same year, my sister moved over by the police department over there. What is that? Like that
Ninth
little hill?
Street.
Yeah, that little hill by the high school.
Oh, the one way
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
I've ate shit on the skateboard.
Yeah. Who hasn't? My sister's like at the bottom of the hill, so like the third house out. I used to sit there and just wait for the people to come
Yeah.
out, dude.
We'd be riding right after school on the
I would-
skateboards and just boom, you know.
But one of my nephews that he used to go throw rides down there for the same reason.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
So that the skateboard gets stuck, right? And they just fall down and
Skateboard
they eat it.
wheels.
Yeah. There's a couple by my old house. On 30th over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Going down to the Balboa.
Yeah, I remember. Dude, yeah, I remember. It was cool with it, man. I remember. I haven't been down there in forever, dude. Once I moved, that was it.
Yeah, you get off topic so quick, huh?
Yeah, dude, and you forget what you were talking about too. It's like because I was gonna say something about the age thing,
Yeah.
the age gap, and I can't remember what it was.
Let me
Yeah.
close the glass.
No, I'll pause it. I remember now what I was going to ask you. So we were talking about the age gap, right? So the whole thing. I saw, and I always wanted to ask you, and I just remember. You said you've been with your wife 17 years.
Yeah.
And so you guys have known each other since you were pretty much little kids.
But 19, 18.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still a kid, bro. Yeah. 18, 19, and you guys have been together ever since.
Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking beautiful. That's crazy.
Yeah, we broke up for a couple months,
But it doesn't matter, though.
We were together, yeah.
A few months. Like,
Yeah.
it does, that's, you break up, you're like, oh,
I still
no,
tell
that
him
sucks.
you broke
Yeah.
up with me.
Yeah.
You broke this bond.
I miss you.
No, but yeah, we've been.
I'm just
we've
a
been-
boy in front of a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Because the only reason why, I remember when it was your anniversary and you posted like a picture and you guys like looked like kids, like babies.
Oh yeah.
And you were like talking about happy anniversary and the love and everything. I thought that was beautiful because I was like, a lot of times people wonder like the what is, right? So most of the times when people are young and they have those relationships, they always say like, oh, if I would have stayed with that person, we would have broken up. And like to me, they're an example of no, it's not true because they were kids, they knew each other. Until this day, they're still together. Mm-hmm. They have a great relationship. They get along good. They talk. They joke together, and they have a beautiful little girl too. It was like, so I think that's crazy. Like my wife and me, we known each other for a long time, but we also did the whole split up, went our separate ways. We messed up. We failed in things, and then I don't know, destiny or life kind of made us bump into each other again and work it out. And in my mind, I was like, man, we should have just stayed together all that time from before. Like, even though we were friends, we should have tried it. And she always says, like, no, we would have killed each other. We would have gone our separate ways, or it wouldn't have worked out. So it's another one of those what if moments, right? So
Well,
I think that's beautiful.
For a big chunk of that time, though, we were long distance too.
Yeah.
She
See?
was still in Corona, and I was in San Diego, and so it was just like the weekend thing. But I was also thinking, like, man, what if we were together like every day? Like, would I have killed her? Like, she killed me? Like, we would, lasted just because. You don't see her for the whole week, and you're like, you go see her the weekend, you're like, yeah, like I gotta make this time count,
Yeah. See, but that's another one. Like, so my wife, she lived in San Bernardino, and I lived down in San Diego or / TJ, right? And that was another excuse. It was like, when am I gonna see you? Every weekend, every other weekend, maybe? It's not gonna work. My life is over here. I gotta do my own thing. And that was her. It wasn't me. She was the one that would say that. So it's like, oh, I would have made it work. It's like, no, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. And then I hear stuff like that. I was like, see, I knew it.
Well,
I
I
was
get
right.
all the people too. They'd be like, you're dumb. Like, what are you doing? That's like, well, none of your business. You're not the one involved. Like,
yeah, but then most of the time those people are miserable, right? Like they have bad moments. Yeah, so they don't know. So it's a jealousy thing, I think.
Maybe
because you have something that they don't have.
But that's funny. Like we get, our nephews now or little cousins, and they're like, hey, can we get some tips on you guys' long distance because they're having. I mean, just with the time, right? With social media and like all the other avenues to go about it, there's more and more long distance.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't get catfish, but there's more of those long distance relationships, going on. People trying it just because like they find maybe someone that's close to them, you know. In mine and my wife's case, we met down in Mexico on a beach.
Okay.
You know, and we exchanged emails. She told me like, oh, well, if you
Emails
find
at
me
this time.
Yeah.
Emails at this time.
Nowadays,
well,
I hear my son saying, like, "Hey, what's your Instagram?"
Yeah,
now it's
yeah.
like, "Yo, what's your email?"
Yo, hey,
No, it was
let me get
MySpace
your
at
email,
the time, bro.
MySpace. Oh,
Yeah.
when you used to do your little
MySpace.
soundtrack,
Yeah,
when
you
people
can
go
put
to your
own-
page.
You can make your own HTML code and
Oh
stuff.
my god!
So she was like, "Oh, this is my name with 4 of these letters. You know, if you find it, cool." And I was like, "Oh, like all right, cool." So that was the end of that first night. And then the second night I saw her, you know, we chilled again, we danced, you know, and then she said the same thing. Well, that night I got drank a little too much.
Yeah.
And so the next day I was just sleeping at my grandma's house, like knocked out. They said they tried to call me because it was upstairs, and they tried to call me and I didn't come down, but she was coming by, like trying to say bye
Yeah.
because she was leaving that town the weekend. That's where my grandparents are from, and her uncle has a beach house there.
Oh, okay.
And so they were there visiting camping. She doesn't normally go there. So all I remember was she said, "This is my name with 4 of these letters or characters, you know, whatever." And so they still had dial-up in that town, bro. There's no high-speed internet, you know. And so I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll check it when I get back," you know. And it was a long 4th of July weekend, and I had gone to that place because I was actually taking my little brother there because he had a girlfriend there.
Oh, okay.
And so I took my little brother to the town, and I had to wait till the weekend to come back, like the end of the holiday to come back. And I was like, well, let me try. And I did the computer at my grandma's house and used the dial-up, you know, where you had to take off the phone line and all that. You know, the sound little kids don't know nowadays, the struggle. And I typed in the name, and then I was like, how many people use the same freaking name? There was a whole list. And I'm just like, so I just scrolled down that first page. I didn't want to click into the next page because it takes forever to load. And then I just like, this kind of looks like her.
Freaking stalker, bro.
No, yeah. I clicked on it, and then once I said the location, like where it struck her, I was like, this has to be her. You know? And so I was like, well, let me just send a request. And then I just logged off, you know? And I didn't check the
until you got back.
I got back to the U.S. And then sure enough, it was her. I was like, oh, hi, you know, it's nice. And we just kind of kept in contact for a while. And then, like a year and a half later, we actually started dating and been together ever since.
Damn, dude.
We met down on a beach in Mexico.
Look at that. Spring break, bro.
4th of July.
4th of July. Oh, yeah, 4th of July. My bad.
July weekend.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I only was there because my dad was scared for my brother to go by himself. And he's like, you need to take your brother. It's like, I don't want to. It's like, you need to take your brother. Like, you need to go with him.
Keeper, man.
And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, he sweetened the deal for me. He gave me some extra money.
Oh, hell yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, that was a whole adventure to get down there too. Like, we caught the bus in TJ. We got delayed somewhere, so we weren't at the station. So my grandparents left, and so by the time we actually got to the entrance to the town, because the entrance is still like 15 miles in, we got off there and it was getting dusk. And so we were there in the, like, it was dark. We're like, fuck, Pedro, like, I guess, like.
Oh, it was Pedro taking them there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And,
he said girlfriend, bro.
yeah. He's about to get married next week, you know?
No. It was
Congratulations, Pedro.
It's a friend.
It's a friend, yeah.
It was a friend, dude. It just happened to be a girl.
And so
I was waiting to say that the whole time.
And so I was like, you know what? Like, it's dark, but as long as we stay on the road, we're going to get to the town, you know? Like, let's just start walking. Someone's going to find us or someone's going to come look for us because they know we were coming. Yeah. And this is because, like, there's no cell phones. Like, this was before the cell phones actually worked down there in the...
You didn't have a beeper?
In the Mexican booty. I never had a pager, no. I was in middle school for pagers. I remember you talking about your guys' pagers, and I was like, oh, these guys are old.
I never had one, bro. I never had one.
Yeah, like some of my friends had one. I was like, that's so dumb.
That's money right there. Jeez.
So what about you and your wife? How long have you guys known each other or been married, I guess? Because you had also 2 beautiful daughters, right? So, and
So we've been together for 10 years.
Oh, okay. Oh, you made it. Yeah, say you.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
gotcha. Got him.
Alimony, baby.
So we got
I'll take
married
it half.
on our 10th anniversary. We got married.
I was the witness. Did he tell you?
Yeah. Yes.
He did. I literally just found that out. I just found that out. When he stopped by the office and told me. I was like, another friend event that I get excluded from. These two always exclude me.
And then he bought me dinner.
Were you guys wearing matching clothes like usually?
Were we? I never noticed. Did we?
No.
You're all thinking about it.
One Rams game picture that you need to get.
He knows exactly he knows exactly what I'm talking about. No, man, Comic Con too.
No.
Your motherfuckers were dressed the same too.
What were you wearing?
Same colors.
What
dude.
picture? I never.
When
saw
you're
it.
on little scooters.
What?
We were, dude.
Oh, I noticed, bro. I was jealous.
Yeah, we had like the same like blue shirt and like the bottom pads and the shoes. They're the same shoes.
Yo, I was like,
Because they
I'll
do say
never
that's
be-
why. Yeah. So at work they go, "Oh, where's your twin?" I'm like, "Who? Your twin? Please." And I was like, "Oh, you guys suck." But it's because of the Rams picture, the game where we went to the game.
That's what
These
it's
fools all
about.
put, "Oh, nice Pride Month picture."
I never knew that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's why they call us twins. Yeah.
Oh.
So you just got married.
Yeah, so I just got married in 10th years. We met at the club. Yeah.
here or down Baja?
No,
No,
here.
Baja.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting night. So the night that I met her, me and a couple of my friends, I don't really talk to them anymore, but we went to see one of our friends perform because he was like a DJ, so he had like a VIP for us.
Okay.
So we went, we had VIP, and then they got us just a bunch of drinks, so we got pretty hammered there. And then after that, we had a table at another club that is now like shut down or something. So we had a table at the other place, so we were already drunk. Then we went to the other place to, I don't even know what the fuck the place is called. Oh, language, sorry.
No, it's fine. Wait, me and Eddie have been cursing the whole time.
And we go,
You're good. You're good.
we get there. Shit was expensive. It was like 6 or 7 of us split in the ticket, right? Just the table. It was like $600 for just my cut.
Oh man.
It's expensive. So anyway, so it was like 6, 7 of us up there. So we grab our token white guy, and we send them down to the dance floor to go and get a bunch of girls and bring them upstairs. And we said, no one's touching this bottle until we get some girls up in here. And that's what we did. We grabbed the guy. Well, we didn't grab him, but volunteered him. Came over and he brought a whole group of girls.
He started like a pimp. He was like, I gotta be a flock.
You got the honeys.
He got a bunch. He got a whole group of girls that went upstairs, and my girl was with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that was it.
Yeah. And then
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
there
to
you
That's
go.
where you met her, huh?
that's how I met her. I honestly did not remember her, like the night that I met her.
Yeah, because you were drunk and you
I
were
was
like having a heart attack
intoxicated.
for spending $600.
Oh no, that night I spent way more than that because that was just for the table. That was not the drinks on top of that.
Damn.
Oh, damn, so she was expensive.
Yeah.
I drank this much out of that $600 cut of mine.
He's holding about 2 inches.
Oh, a
Not
Ciroc
an
bottle
inch.
like that. And it was interesting because I wanted to go dance and she didn't want to go dance. So we went. She's like, "Oh, I got to use the restroom." I said, "Okay." And I stand up there, and then my buddy comes over. He's like, "She's not coming back, man." It's like, "Yeah, you're right." So then I was straight out leaving. I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna go give a little route." So I'm like walking around, and there she is dancing with some other guy.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh." I thought he was just going to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, I forgot." Blah blah blah. So then she gave me. So then she gave me her. She gave me her phone number, and then I took her phone and called my phone with her phone to validate it.
Yeah.
You know. All right, it checks out. So then,
They had cell phones in his story.
I had Indian smoke signals as well.
Yeah, you had to smoke.
is that 2 puffs or 3?
How do you make those symbols? Is that really her name?
You mean it's not hashtag, it's pound?
No, it's number, bro.
But yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I finally got to see her like 2 days later when we went to Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh, Joe's Crab Shack.
Yeah. That was our first date. All I remember this from her was, or from that night was that she was black. That's it. That's the only thing I remember.
You had to stay.
Damn, bro.
And then when I met her at the Joe's Crab Shack, then I started like, oh, okay, I still got it. I still got game. Okay. And now 10 years later,
that's all I remember from her when I met her.
I did. That's
Oh my goodness.
I remember that she was pretty, but I don't remember a lot like key features from her.
She was beautiful, bro. You don't say pretty. She was beautiful because she got your eye.
She did, but I just could not recall. So I didn't really get a full deep side of her that I could consciously look at until like 2-3 days later.
Oh yeah, all those flashing lights and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of noises,
alcohol, blurry vision. I didn't
dark room. Oh, yeah. I get it.
Don't really
get
know,
it. Yeah, no, for sure.
Nothing racial or nothing like that. I was just saying, it's just a. It's
I was like,
hard
this
to
is Joe's Crab Shack is like, oh, you ain't black.
That's supposed to meet my other friend.
Wow.
Yeah, you went there. You nobody was touching.
We opened that can.
It was so romantic until that point.
Yeah.
If he was retelling the story to his children to be perfect up to that point.
I'm not posting this. I don't want these beautiful daughters to ever hear that.
Yeah. Thank you. No, but that's how it was.
No, it's going up, bro. It's golden. It's so good.
That's your story of how you met.
No,
Yeah,
but that's
that's
10
how
years
it
and
is,
2
yeah.
beautiful daughters, and so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's
So that
always
means
nice.
we're coming up on 10 years of working at the same place.
Yeah.
Because
We-
you met right before.
Yeah. We started dating like 1 month before I started Solar.
Oh, okay.
Well, I came back to Solar a little.
You
after
came back,
You
yeah.
were starting working.
Yeah,
I was so-
I remember. I didn't meet you, but I remember you when you were there. I was there, and then you left, and
Yeah.
I kept on hearing his name. So that's how I knew his name, because everybody was like, "Oh, he left to go to that other company." So I was like, "All right." And then I heard, I think it was like 2014, right?
Yeah.
I was about to, my contract was coming to an end, and I was gonna get laid off. Right? They extended me, waiting for a spot, but there was nothing happening. And then I remember hearing that you and I guess 2 other guys were coming back.
Yeah.
And I think you guys did come back, and then I was out. I
Yeah.
was out for 2 years, and I came back, and
And
then
it's-
that's when we met. Like, because we had a mutual friend.
Yeah,
Alex
Alex.
introduced us. You're like, you were.
And that's where I was like, he looks familiar. Like, even though, I've seen the picture of you younger, you look different, but like, it's still those like features that.
oh yeah, because when I was there at
Yeah.
at that Solar at the first time, I had like slick back hair and just a little goatee, just a bottom.
That's
no
how you were when
mustache.
you were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I came back with the full beard.
Yeah. The long ponytail.
The shaved sides and back
Yeah.
is just the long hair on the back, like on the top, yeah. So because I remember you would look at me and like Alex would talk, and you were like, "Where do I know this fool from?" And then we started talking, and that's when I actually started talking to him, little by little, because we were talking, and I would see him, but he was always quiet, and I was like, "Man, I don't
Yeah.
think this guy likes me, man."
That's how
'Cause
I
was
am.
like, I would say hi, he's like over there doing this.
No, he was
box, just terminating.
he was done because we were all temps.
Yeah.
And like if you got hired, like all the temps turned against you, or if you got an interview,
Oh yeah.
And at the same
haters.
time that we went to go get an interview, his dumbass opened his mouth and said, "I got an interview." And so all the temps were hating him, giving him shit, like trying to dig up dirt on him, like, "Oh, he did this, he messed up,"
Yeah.
you know. And on the other end, I stayed quiet and I didn't tell them, you know.
Backstabber.
no, but I knew how it was. I was already there, and I knew how it was with the other people
Yeah.
that had got it before, and so I didn't say a word.
This man knew
I
that
didn't
everyone
work.
was talking smack behind my back. He's like, "Yeah." He was like, everyone's out there lynching me, right? Just chasing me down, and then this man is over here with a pitchfork. Go get him!
Yeah,
go get him!
Because all the other
But at
temps,
the same time, it's also him.
all the other temps were at the computer, and they're like, "Oh." And the back thing, the thing was like, "Oh, if you have absences or you've been talking,
Yeah.
you're not going to get hired." You know, that stigma that was there. And so people were at the computer before they hid the calendar. It's like, "Oh, this person has 2 absences, and this person has an absence, and why has he got?"
I remember
1?"
that.
You know, and so they talked about Lee, and I was like, "Yeah, man, he has like 3 OTAs, like that's other time off or something, other than time off." And they're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Who's the other guy that has interviews?" Like, "I don't know, man, but I got 1 OTA, so I'm not gonna get an interview." And they were like trying to figure it out for so long, like for that next month. And then finally, the day came for my interview, and I'm all nice and dressed up, and the look on all their faces is like, "Motherfucker, we were lynching the same people, and now you're over here."
Dude, it's so funny you say about the whole absence thing. 'Cause I remember that rumor too. And it was like a thing, right? And I remember there was 2 times that stuff was like pretty bad,
Yeah.
like family wise, and I was at work because of that fear, you know, like
Yeah,
not getting
yeah.
hired, dude. One of them was my wife. I had been in the hospital the day before, and I went to work the next day, and the guy that was a supervisor, he pulled me in his office and he sent me home.
Yeah.
He's like, "Your wife needs you right now. Like, get out of here." And I was like, "Damn," but I was like, "But I'm not gonna get hired if I do." And he's
Yeah,
like, "Who
that's-
cares? Your wife's still gonna be there, you know." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn." And then the second time was when my stepmom passed away, and I
Oh,
was
damn.
there, and she was sick. She was on her way out, but I still showed up. And then, dude, this shit had just started, and I got the phone call. So I was like, "All right, I'm out. Like, forget it, you know." So, but it was that whole
The stigma?
Yeah, the stigma.
yeah,
It was just the fear, you know, because.
And these guys would call off like left and right.
Yeah,
Like, no, I
and
can't
now,
make it.
and now all these guys come in and they're all like bitching and complaining about it, everything. "Oh, I want more money." Oh,
I love the people that are there now, like, getting converted in like 2 months.
yeah, I know. dude.
This last batch that just got converted is like 2 months. I was like, if only you guys were here when it was full contract.
Yeah,
You had
But it
no
was-
idea
It was
what
dog,
it was like.
doggy dog world, man. It was
Or they
everybody
come
was your
in
friend,
and-
and like he said,
that's the
interview.
reason why they took out the calendar, because people were going through my attendance.
Oh,
They discovered that I had a interview and I had like 13 autos or something like that. But it wasn't because I was like playing the system. It was like I had like
A
10
car
of
wreck.
those that had an infection,
oh,
and I couldn't put earplugs on or nothing like that. So they didn't let me come into the facility. But they couldn't give me a medical auto, so they counted all that as auto.
and I remember going in there with my mouth like looked like I got punched by Mike Tyson. I had like a mouth infection, and I was there because I was like, I'm gonna suck it up. Don't talk to me today. I was like,
This man.
because I was like, yeah, I believed that rumor, man. I was like, and then
I believed it too. And
I
then-
still got walked out, man. It was like,
Goddamn.
I mean, at least they threw me a party when I left, you know. Then
Yeah?
yeah, they were like, "Hey, man, like, we wish you the best," and I was like, "Hey, don't worry, I'll be back." And they're like, "Oh, okay, sure." I came back. They're like, "Damn, bro, you kept your word." I was like, "You don't know me, son."
Yeah, no. When I found, I was talking to my supervisor. I was like, my brother was about to leave for Afghanistan. He was in the Marines,
Oh, okay.
right? And so he's like, "Hey, like I need a ride up to 29 Palms. Like, just bring my car back home so my mom can use it or whoever." You know, I was like, "All right, cool." And then I when he talks to me, I was like, "Hey, dude, like I gotta take a day off. Like I gotta take my brother up. He's about to leave. Like I want to spend some time with him before he goes to Afghanistan." He's like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool. Just put it in the calendar." And I was like, "It's not a big problem." He's like, "No, it's a reasonable time. You're telling me you give me enough time to, you know, get together." I was like, that's when I started going like, this whole
This is
other
all
shit's
lies.
a bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just to get people to stay there, work, get to work, But,
Oh,
but
you
even
turned down overtime? That's it.
yeah.
You're not getting a job.
Even then, I was like, still not like, oh, I'm gonna take time off, but it's still like, I don't want to be the one that's taking like extra time off. But that's where it was like, yep. So ever since then, we've been linked together because we got hired together. We got the interview together. We got hired at the same time.
Yep.
And then we
Same
worked in
line.
the same line, the same station.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, the twins. Go talk to the twins. Like, the twins. Where's
You're
your
both
twin?
freaking giants.
Yeah.
You're all tall and shit.
We're both tall.
Pretty much.
Tall, above average Mexicans.
Above average. You're like freaking giants, bro.
He's the clear, pure-blood Spaniard. I'm a little darker, mestizo.
I don't know. I think you need to clean your mirror, bro.
I am 45% Spaniard. I got
45?
that ancestry. Yeah, I got the
Oh.
ancestry.
That's legit then.
Legit.
If you got that, it's legit.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
40?
no, sorry. 23 on me.
23, same thing. So it's still good. It's still good. I'll accept it. What does he got? Let me see. What else he got in there?
Huh?
What else he got? I'm
That
curious
way.
now.
Oh, you're trying to see my percentages?
So what did you say? 42% like Spaniard. So what's the six?
I mean, was that more or is it
Yeah, well, probably.
Basque?
I mean,
Let me see.
what you got? Like
43 Southern European.
and so it goes into whatever.
Yeah, and then it's 43 of that is Spanish Portuguese. And then 44% indigenous American.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then 6% African. Gotta go back to my roots.
Science, bro.
Science. It's like on the east side of it.
I'm 3% African, and I'm like, yeah, on my dick. My wife hates every time I say that shit. She's gonna edit that part. I'll bet you. Oh, Eddie did it too. You did that? You did one too?
No, I haven't done it.
Oh, we're gonna have to
should
get
do
you
it.
one. Let's see. We'll see where you get that. You see, it's probably gonna come back. You're like your freaking 12% troll and 20% ice giant.
Yeah.
I mean, because both of you are pretty damn tall, man. Like I feel average around people, especially other Hispanic or Mexicans. I feel taller. Like, oh, all right. But when I'm around both of you, I'm like, man, now I know how people feel, man. I feel like a midget. Oh, sorry, like a short person.
Short person.
I feel like a hobbit. Second breakfast.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Not that tall. Are we?
Dude, I bet you if you guys go down to Baja, people will be like, Güero.
Yeah. Well, my cousins on our side of family.
Oh, yeah, your family, they're pretty tall. Yeah.
When I go to the Max right here, whatever it is,
Yeah.
when I went to pick up some beef chuck or something like that for some birria or the tamales.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't think you speak Spanish.
Oh,
huh?
bro, they were like short. I was like,
Do they think you
Kinda
speak
tall.
Spanish?
huh?
I bet you they don't even think you speak Spanish, huh? You got people probably talking shit, huh? About you or something.
I don't know. No.
No? Oh, okay, that's good.
Probably do, but I don't pay attention to it.
I laugh because I get it when I go to TJ, and I'm like, man, I got a nopal right in my forehead, bro. Like, you look at me, I'm wanting you. I'm wanting you. What are you talking about?
Me hit
Yeah. It's not my fault I'm hairier than you guys.
That's probably.
That's probably it. Hey, so you guys want to hear the funny story of why I have this mustache and this beard going on? Why I shaved?
What?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, you should, huh?
I see. I love that about guys. We don't put a notice.
But
So-
I'm not gonna say something like, "Oh, you should."
Yeah.
Unless it's like
noticed.
full clean, then we're like, "Hey, whatever."
What happened?
I pissed off one of the guys at work. Like, hey, just to remind you of who conquered you. He was a Spaniard.
Oh,
No, the reason why I shaved Actually, it was kind of like I'm going to share a little too much right here. My wife sent me a text and she told me that the girls wanted to get a haircut, right? And so both girls haven't had a haircut. They're still their natural baby hair, whatever. So then I was like, no, because we had talked about it previously, and I told them, well, they're my little princesses, right? So I want to take them to a salon, get the full experience, get it washed, get it cut short and whatever. After that, you can cut it as many times as you want. I don't care, but I wanted to be there, so I wanted to be a part of it, right? I didn't want to miss a first for my daughters, right? Yeah. So my wife didn't see it that way, so I had that feeling that she's like, oh well, our baby says that she feels like when she goes to the bathroom, it's going to touch her butt, so she doesn't feel comfortable. And I was like, all right. So I was thinking, well, maybe on the weekend we'll go, And then the oldest has been kind of asking for it. But she told me, I was like, okay, Daddy, I want a haircut. I was like, well, you cut your hair, I'm going to shave my beard. So she was like, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because she loves the wilder and the fluffier and the longer my beard is, she loves it. I don't know why. She just loves it. So to her, that's her dad, right? The wild man beard. So left it like that. I had that feeling that my wife did it. I just had that gut feeling. So I called on the break and I was like, did you do it? And she's like, yeah. She looks so much like me now. I gave her bangs. Bro, that the oldest one, the 6-year-old, I was like, no, you didn't. Like, why would you do that? Like, I told you I wanted to be there. I told you I wanted to take it to the salon. She's like, the baby, I just, cut the tips, because they're so frayed and tangled and damaged. And I was like, I get it, but, I still missed it. It's their first haircut. So I wanted to be there. That was my whole thing. Because as a dad, sometimes you want to be there for your kids first on a lot of things, right? I haven't missed a lot of stuff with my daughters or my sons. I have 2 daughters from my previous relationship. And after the split up, I missed a lot of stuff. It was taken away from me, right? Mm-hmm. So I missed a lot of stuff because of fighting or arguing or the distance of where I lived. So I always felt bad that I missed a lot of things with those girls. So I promised, I made like a promise to myself that I wouldn't do that with my kids now, right? So I'm there for the first day of school. I did it with the other ones, or haircuts or whatever. Ears, piercings, whatever. I try to be there, right? First dance recital, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So that was my thing with the haircut. And they're very feminine. Both my girls are very feminine. They love dresses, they love makeup, they love shoes, my wife's not like that. My wife's kind of tomboyish. So she doesn't understand it. And I was like, I told them I want to take them for a haircut, I want to go to the salon, maybe get a pedicure just to make it like a nice first experience for them. Yeah. Well, she did that. She took that away from me, bro. And I was pissed. But the thing was, I was disappointed. I wasn't pissed at first. I was just like a little bummed out that I missed it. And she got defensive because I wasn't being a jerk about it. I was like, no, like, why? I asked you not to do it. Like, why? And then, of course, it's just like, hey, they're my daughters. And, in my family, the moms always cut the girl's first haircut. And why are you trying to take that? So she was like worked up and upset. And I got pissed off. So I hung up. I was like, that's it. I'm done. And I was just kind of like heartbroken about it. And I was like, well, I'm a man of my word. I got home late at night. Everybody's sleeping. Mm-hmm. I got the dang clippers and I started shaving. And I was like, hey, she's going to wake up. And, my wife knew why I did it. Like, she saw me the next morning and said, oh, you shave. You're so vindictive. and she told to girls, like, your dad shaved because your girls got a haircut. But before my wife got home, I was up and I was talking to my mother-in-law. And she was like, well, my ex-husband never got upset. He didn't want to be there. He's like, I don't think my father was like that with me either. Whatever. I was like, I don't care. That's your guys' relationship. It's like, this is my relationship with my daughters. I wanted to be a part of it. And it was like, I don't expect anybody to understand me, right? And then she starts telling me she was so happy. She was so excited. She ran into my room and she was like, look, Grandma. I was like, yeah. And the boys are like, oh, wow, you do look like Mom, or, oh, you look like our sister, the oldest one, or, whatever. And I was like, but they were laughing. They were like excited. I was like, yeah. And I missed all of that. You took that. That was taken away from me. You know what I mean? Yep. So I was like heartbroken, bro. Like I went from being like a little disappointed to being a little upset to being like sad. And I was like, and my wife got home and she was like, "Oh, hey, you shaved whatever, blah, blah." And I was like, And then she tried to show me the pictures, and I was like, kind of looked away because I was like, I missed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I missed it. Like, it's so stupid, but I missed it. Like, to me, I missed it. And I was like, that was kind of taken away from me.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this, dude. So now, like, and I feel bad because, like, she's telling me today, she's like, hey, our son has a school performance. I was like, so what?
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, so what? I'm just gonna start missing stuff now. You know, like, because there's that still a little part of me that's butthurt about it, dude.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, dude.
It's an experience you wanted to remember.
Yeah, I just wanted to be there, dude. And like I said, I missed a lot of things with the girls. You know, and
You're gonna miss a lot, but the ones that you want to attend to are the ones that are important to you.
and because they're still little, so you can only be there for so long because there comes to a time when they're gonna be like, leave me alone, and like I don't need you for this, or you know, I mean, my oldest boy doesn't believe in hugs and kisses or anything like that no more. You know, he wants to be in this room. He wants to do his own thing. He's like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
So, and then it's funny because, you know, you're on social media and you're looking at videos and you hear that line from Modern Family where, you know, Ed O'Neill's talking about, like, you never know when you're going to pick up your kid for the last time.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday girl. So, and it hit, dude.
Yeah.
It hit like, yeah, I'm going through that with my teenager now. You know, like, he doesn't want to be hugged. He doesn't want to hang out and talk or whatever and that. Like, doesn't want that. And the girls are still little and they still let me do that. So I'm like trying to have enough moments with them.
Yeah.
You know? And I just like, man, that was like, it's so minor. It's just a little haircut. I know it grows back, right? But still,
You
like,
wanted to be there.
yeah, dude,
That's
I
the
wanted to
important
be
thing.
there,
You
bro.
want to be
Like,
there. That's
am I wrong for that? Like, am I being too sensitive about it? I don't know.
That happened the same thing with my mother-in-law. She wanted to be the one that paints the pays for the earrings that my daughter has.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to pay for them. So when the guy charged us, or the girl, I can't remember, they did it and then they charged us, and so I like paid it real quick, and then she got really mad because she wanted to pay, but she didn't say I want to pay for whatever reason. I just wanted to pay because my daughter is the first time. So I just went and paid, and then later I found out that she got really mad that I ended up paying for it because she wanted to do it. She wanted to be the first one. So now anytime that there's something to be bought, she wants to be the first one to buy it. So like the bike,
Yeah.
it's like the first bike that she had. So anything that is now presented, now she's got to be the first one to do it.
I get you on that one.
And it's annoying because
Yeah.
you don't want someone else to be taking your thunder all the time.
Right. No, yeah. I get the bike one because it happened a couple Christmases with my daughter, the one to 6. I was like, she's like, I want a bike. And I was like, hell yeah, I want to buy her a bike. And grandma beat me to it, you know. And I was like, But I was like, hey, you know what? It's her grandma. I guess I can share some of it, you know, like just 50-50. I guess I'll take the losses, you know. Because at least they have the grandmas. Like, people I never had my grandma. So, well, I had one grandma I like. But yeah, you know, like the people that don't have their grandmas, I never have that. So it's like, at least there's like a little special connection, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's their first grandkid too, but I've noticed that when it comes to the first grandkids, they get extra spoiled, you know, extra, and they want to be there for everything. Yeah, and it's like pictures nonstop. Like, you're like, all right, enough. Like, no, not hold it like this. Not go like this. Well, that's my mother-in-law at least. She's like, it's like, smile. Bigger. Smile. Look this way. Turn your head. It's like, oh my goodness. And sometimes I tell my wife, I was like, see, aren't you lucky you don't have to deal with your mother-in-law? This was falling asleep. All right.
A little bit because I'm not painting.
Oh, he's going boring, bro.
Stole it.
Been painting for a while now. Yeah.
Do you? No, but
Oh
it's,
man, that's just like that. Another like hour flew. I told myself I was gonna be home at this time.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it won't be that long. But I was like, man, you start just talking and
Yeah, it goes
just
right.
flies.
It flies, dude. Yeah,
it flies quick.
he's addicted. It's fun, dude. I love it. I'm telling you, I love it. Sometimes I'm like, that was weak, but then sometimes I'm like, no, that's cool.
I like it.
Nerd's gone wild.
Yeah, Dad's gone nerd. Talk nerdy to me.
Oh, yeah. You can come up with a better one, Dad's Gone.
I know. I'm trying to come up with a good title, bro.
That's terrible. Dad's Gone Nerd.
This is what's going on.
DGN.
We talk about nothing and everything.
Yeah,
And randomness.
just cover everything. It's just bounce around. It's better like that, like you said. Like when it's not scripted, like people just have the scripted stuff.
Just talk.
I mean, if it's an interview, it's cool. But like
Yeah.
a talk.
I mean, you can have like a point where you want to talk about it, but you know, you can tell when it's like, this is gonna be our point we're gonna talk about, but then we're gonna talk. This is gonna be your answers.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
it's
just
good.
a dad hangout thing, you know. Like
This is like, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, well, this.
Oh, people do that?
oh yeah,
Questions?
And you have a like it just seems that way too though, sometimes. You know. It's like,
That's
oh Eddie,
lame.
what paint do you like? Well, I like this paint because of its, you know, chemical compounds and
I like the voice a little monotone.
it's, you know,
It's good.
It's good.
I like
It's
it.
good. I like it.
Makes
it paints very well.
makes toys
you
look
know.
pretty.
I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm just trying all of them because some color looks cool.
I thought it was so more like you ask somebody a question. It's like, what do you think of this paint? I don't know. I kind of like it. You know, it's like a really hot pinkish, magenta color.
And like, look at the name
really
of this.
bright.
Death
Look at
Guard
that.
green.
Bam.
Like,
That is.
that's
You know, it's just
You know, I think my
beautiful.
wife bought me a shirt like that, and I was like, I ain't gonna wear this.
This?
No, like the
Like
the
this
color.
color?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, like all the colors.
There's a
that
bunch
have-
of these colors that are really nice.
Yeah, she's like, it's a red wine. I was like, yeah. Well, what am I gonna wear that with? It goes with jeans. I was like,
What jeans?
yeah. I was like,
This, I mean, this, yes. This, yes.
yeah.
This, I don't know. It's a little bright.
I would just look like an Easter egg with those colors on. I told my wife, like,
you would be
these
such a
colors
pastel
Make
person.
me look like Easter eggs. But yeah,
Oh
this
man.
was cool. This was fun.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, yeah. Hey, thanks for doing this, guys. Thanks for hosting it, and thanks for letting us record and
Yeah.
PS, and
Thanks for bringing out
go from there.
the mics.
All right. We'll call it a wrap then.
All right.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Have a good night.
See you
Thanks again, man.
Yeah.
Next time.
Good night.
Maybe we'll do this again next time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Eddie's place next time.
Take turns.
With, I can offer food.
So, like,
Yeah, I owe the ceviche.
That's my crack. I'm already scratching. Got some more ceviche.